This is it, the moment has arrived. The cosmos is not asking, it is demanding your attention. Tonight, the celestial clock is striking a different hour, one unlike any other you've experienced, and the energy building now is not just another shift. This is the opening of the sacred portal, and it's going to directly affect every facet of your life, and how you choose to meet it will decide how you emerge from it. This isn't just about observing the stars, it's about stepping into a new reality that is unfolding within you, a personal reset that requires not just passive awareness, but active participation. The way things are right now, perhaps feelings of imbalance or a deep-seated unease are about to change, and a new level of clarity and alignment is coming to the surface, but only for those who are listening. You are not alone in this, but you also cannot be passive. The time for being a bystander is over, the time for action has arrived. Jupiter's shift isn't merely an astrological event. It's the catalyst for a major spiritual reset that will touch the core of your being. The changes arriving now aren't subtle, they're a profound recalibration, an energetic surge that will amplify your emotions, thoughts, and spiritual connections. This is a complete overhaul, not a minor adjustment, so if you feel the stirrings of something major happening, it's because it is. This isn't a time to ignore the signs, for if you do, you risk being left behind by the rising tide of transformation that is already underway. This is not a warning, it's a cosmic invitation to consciously engage with the portal and what's coming your way. You have the power to influence the outcome, but you must participate fully in the process. This process isn't going to simply happen to you. It's happening with you, and this video will show you how to be the master of your own transformation. The shift in Jupiter is not random. It is a precise cosmic event that triggers the opening of the sacred portal, and it has a specific, measurable, and tangible effect. Jupiter, as a planet of expansion and growth, is now creating an energetic gateway, a portal, and this gateway is being accessed during specific dates. These dates will act as anchor points to mark out your experience. This portal isn't a single thing, it's multidimensional. The emotional dimensions might bring intense vulnerability and a resurfacing of past traumas, perhaps unexpected waves of deep emotional catharsis, or maybe the feelings are just an overwhelming pressure or intensity that doesn't quite have a source. The physical dimension might show as unusual sensations, like sudden dizziness or odd energy surges, or simply feeling slightly off balance with no explanation. Spiritually, this is when you may start noticing heightened intuition, vivid dreams, and the feeling of connection to spiritual forces or guides, almost as though the veil is thinning between the worlds, making everything accessible. These aren't random experiences, these are specific effects of the portal, and you'll soon see how they link together. Have you felt it? The subtle pull, the quiet hum, that feeling that something is different, something more? Because if you have, this message is for you, and you are meant to hear what is about to be said. There's more happening here than meets the eye. The veil is thinning, making the usually unseen forces of subtle energies all the more accessible, almost as though you are being guided from another realm. There are layers here you will start to uncover, including the deeper meaning behind synchronicities and signs. These are not random events, but clues. What are you willing to let go of to truly step into who you are meant to be? This is a time of letting go, and it's time to free yourself from limitations that no longer serve you. This reset will challenge you, but will also offer the liberation and alignment that you've been seeking. This will not be easy, but it will be rewarding, and it starts now, and with this video, you are taking the first step. The cosmic stage is set, and it's far more intricate than you might imagine. Jupiter's shift is not happening in isolation. It's part of a complex celestial dance, a very specific configuration that is acting as the portal's activation key. Right now, Jupiter is not just in a new position. It is in a powerful alignment with other planetary bodies, and this precise arrangement is creating the amplified energetic field you're now experiencing. This isn't a generic astrological transit. It is a specific alignment that only occurs rarely, and it is this configuration that is both unique and potent. If you were to look at an astrological chart right now, you would see how Jupiter's influence is being magnified by its current relationship to other planets, creating a concentrated surge of energy directly impacting our earthly plane. For example, the aspect with Uranus is heightening the unexpected and erratic shifts, while the square with Neptune is dissolving boundaries between the seen and unseen, intensifying the thinning of the veil. This isn't just a celestial event. It's a cosmic symphony specifically designed to amplify the portal's opening, and this surge of energy is what's making the normally subtle spiritual forces now easily accessible. The specific dates to watch for are the 11th, 18th, and the 25th of this month. These are the dates when this energy will reach its peak, making these key periods for your personal engagement and growth, so be aware of these peaks and their impact on your overall experience. Every celestial body has its own unique energetic signature, a specific vibration that resonates throughout the cosmos, and Jupiter's current position is dramatically altering the collective energetic field. Think of it as a cosmic radio station, where each planet is broadcasting a unique signal, and right now, Jupiter's station is turned up to full volume, and it is reshaping the energy around you. This shift isn't just some distant event. It's a transformation of the energy that makes up your reality, and you are not separate from this, but deeply intertwined with it, so it will affect you in very personal and specific ways. Before this shift, you may have felt a general sense of unease or a feeling of being disconnected. But now that the portal is opening, you may notice your emotions are becoming amplified, almost like you're experiencing them in high definition, or your thoughts feel more powerful and your intuition sharper. For example, where you might have previously felt a mild sense of anxiety, now that feeling can transform into an overwhelming surge of panic. Or perhaps a passing thought turns into a powerful idea that you feel compelled to act upon immediately. These are not isolated occurrences. They are manifestations of the collective energetic field being reshaped by Jupiter's shift. This isn't just about celestial events. It's about the very fabric of your energetic experience being rewoven, and it's vital to recognize these changes so that you can navigate them. This sacred portal is not just an abstract concept. It's a very real cosmic doorway that is now opening, a gateway between dimensions, and it's demanding your active participation. You're not just watching the show, you are stepping onto the stage, and how you engage will determine the course of your personal transformation. This is more than just a period of increased energy. It's an opportunity to align with your true purpose, to break free from old patterns, and to step into a higher version of yourself. It's like a cosmic invitation, not just to watch, but to dance with the energies that are now in play, and those who engage in the dance will be rewarded. The portal isn't a passive experience where you simply receive what is given. It is an active choice. Think of it as a challenge and an invitation, a challenge to confront what you've been avoiding, and an invitation to step into the new. For those who choose to remain on the sidelines, resisting the energy, they may feel a sense of disconnect, as though they're operating in a different reality, which in many ways they will be. Those who choose to actively participate will find themselves moving toward clarity and alignment at an accelerated rate, and their lives will feel like they've finally found their true rhythm. This is about you taking a leap, and not just being pushed, and it's this active participation that will lead to your deeper transformation. The veil between our world and the spiritual realms is now thinner than it has been in many cycles, and that's not just a metaphor. It's a tangible shift in perception that allows you to access deeper levels of intuition and spiritual awareness. It's as though the curtain separating the seen and unseen has been lifted, and the normally subtle energies and insights are now far more accessible. This is a time when you might suddenly feel a stronger connection to the spiritual realm, as though you have a clearer line of communication with something beyond yourself. Before, the messages might have been subtle whispers. Now they're more like a clear signal. This increased access makes it easier for spiritual guidance to come through, and the key is learning how to tune in and listen. For example, you might start noticing synchronicities with a greater frequency and clarity. Perhaps you see the same numbers appear repeatedly, or you have a vivid dream that seems to hold a deeper meaning. These aren't random events. These are messages coming through clearly. To actively engage, set aside time for meditation or mindfulness, allow yourself to quiet your mind and to listen to what arises from within, so that you are no longer being swayed by the noise, but are clearly hearing the messages. It's not just about sensing the spiritual realm, it's about actively engaging with it, and this can be a portal to deeper knowledge. During this time of increased spiritual accessibility, you're not alone, you are being guided and supported, though not always in ways that you might expect. The heightened energies of the portal make it easier for spiritual guides and benevolent forces to connect with you, and they are not random arrivals. They're a response to the shifts that are occurring. Think of these forces as an expanded version of your own inner guidance, but now they're amplified, more accessible, and clearer, but they do require active listening. This isn't about some external force taking over, it's about your inner voice being given a stronger signal. For example, you may have a sudden, vivid dream that delivers a clear message, perhaps a symbol or a sequence of events that seem to hold a personal meaning for you. Or you may find that you start encountering people who offer unexpected wisdom or guidance, as though the universe has sent them to deliver a specific message, and you will know this if you are listening. I remember a time when I was facing a critical decision. I woke up from a dream with a very specific image that I couldn't ignore. This symbol, when I researched it, was a key to resolving my issue. It was my guide showing me the way and a clear indication of these forces at work. You too might have a similar experience if you remain aware. The key isn't just receiving these messages, it's about actively listening and trusting what you receive. But be aware, with the veil thinning, it's not just the benevolent forces that are showing up. There is also an increase in activity from shadowy figures or trickster energies, and you must have discernment during this time. You must know the difference. The portal isn't just an opening to light and love. It's also an opening to chaos and confusion, so you must be ready to navigate both. Just as a radio station can have both clear and distorted signals, the spiritual realm also has both forces, so learning to discern between them is essential. These trickster energies often disguise themselves as helpful guides, and it's critical to learn how to recognize them. They might manifest as feelings of unease or subtle manipulation, or they may present as an idea that sounds too good to be true. It's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, so you must be aware and remain alert. For example, if you suddenly find yourself overwhelmed by negative thoughts that seem to come from nowhere, or if you're consistently drawn into situations that feel chaotic, those could be signs of trickster energies at work. You must actively protect your own energetic field, not through fear, but by taking responsibility for the energy that you are allowing in. To do this, you can use visualization, imagining a protective shield around yourself, or setting clear intentions that only positive and loving energies are allowed to enter your space. This isn't about fear, it's about taking charge of your energetic well-being and learning to be aware. The intensity of these energies is going to affect you on every level, physically, emotionally, and mentally, and the key is to recognize that these are not random experiences, but specific manifestations of the reset in action. You may notice a range of physical symptoms as your body adjusts to the new energetic frequencies. Before, you might have felt a consistent level of physical energy. Now you might find that you're experiencing sudden bouts of fatigue or random waves of energy. Headaches, dizziness, and a heightened sensitivity to your surroundings are all indicators that your body is recalibrating, and you are likely to feel disoriented. Emotionally, you may find that your feelings are more intense and may fluctuate wildly. Previously repressed emotions might resurface, seemingly out of nowhere, which may be overwhelming at first, but this is a necessary part of the process. You might find that you feel intense sadness or sudden anger, or you may experience an overwhelming joy that you can't explain. All of these are signs of your emotional body responding to the energies. Mentally, your thoughts may feel more chaotic, almost like a storm of ideas swirling through your mind, and you may also find moments of clarity where things make sense, and there is an overwhelming feeling of knowing. The before and after pattern is key here. You may have been feeling like you were going through the motions, but now everything feels more alive, more real, even the difficult parts. This isn't just about the changes, it's about the transformation that these changes create, and understanding that this is not random is key to making the best of this time. This emotional reset will be intense, because any unresolved emotions or traumas that you've been suppressing are now being pushed to the surface to be acknowledged and released. This isn't about reliving the pain, but about processing it, releasing it, and moving forward with greater emotional freedom. The emotional purge isn't something to fear, it's a necessary cleansing of your emotional body, allowing you to release the old and making space for the new, and those who actively participate will move through it with greater speed. Think of it like a spring cleaning of your soul, where all the hidden corners are being brought into the light, even the dusty ones. You might find old relationship patterns resurfacing, old fears coming to light, or perhaps a sudden burst of sadness or irritability that seems to come out of nowhere. For example, you might notice a pattern of reacting in a certain way during stressful situations, or find yourself inexplicably drawn back into an old relationship pattern that you thought you had left behind. All of these are signs that your emotional body is responding to the energies, and you have to be patient and gentle with your emotions. This is a necessary part of the healing, and you must meet it with compassion and self-forgiveness, and it's this act of compassion and understanding that will lead to greater emotional freedom. This isn't just about releasing the past, it's about creating a new emotional landscape. And finally, this is a spiritual reset, a time of alignment with your core values, your soul purpose, and it's here you will find the true direction for your life. This isn't just about external changes, it's about an internal recalibration of your values and the direction of your life. The portal is acting as a mirror, showing you who you truly are and what you truly desire. This period of deep self-reflection will help you to redefine your goals and to make sure your life is moving in the direction that aligns with your true path. This is an opportunity to ask yourself the hard questions, to challenge the assumptions that have been guiding your life, and to ensure you are following your true north. The question to ask is, are you on the right path? Are you following the path that is best for you? Are you aligning with what you want, or are you aligning with the expectations of others? The current energies are now assisting you in discovering the answers, allowing you to recalibrate your path and make choices that align with your soul purpose. This isn't just about a change of direction, it's about moving forward with intention and purpose and being aware of the next steps. This time will help you clarify the next steps you need to take and give you the courage to step forward. To navigate these intense energies, you must act with intention, not passivity. This isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to sail through it, and you must take an active role, utilizing tools that will empower you. Meditation is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. Just 15-20 minutes each day can help you center yourself and create a space of calm amidst the chaos. Focus on your breath, allowing the noise to fade into the background, creating a space where you can access your inner guidance. Journaling is another powerful tool that can help you make sense of your thoughts and emotions. Instead of just letting your thoughts spin out of control, get them on paper. Start each day by writing down your intentions, setting clear goals for how you wish to engage with this time, and this gives you the ability to choose, not just react. These aren't passive solutions. They are active tools that you can use to create a positive transformation and to give you the space to work with this energy. I can show you a very specific meditation technique that will help. First, find a quiet space. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Visualize a white light surrounding you, offering you protection and peace. With each inhale, pull in that light and positive energy, and with each exhale, release any tension or fear. This specific meditation is designed to help you create a safe space to navigate these energies, and the more you engage with this, the more you'll find your own way. This is a very personal journey, but while the cosmic events are significant, you are the master of your own ship, and it's your choices that will determine the course. You aren't just being acted upon, you are an active agent, and how you navigate this will shape your overall experience, and you must act with intention. It's as though you are in a storm, and while the storm is beyond your control, the way you navigate through it is completely within your power. You are the captain of your own ship, and your decisions matter. For example, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you can choose to take a break, meditate, or journal. You can set clear boundaries with people and situations that are draining you, creating a space of peace in the middle of chaos, and you can make decisions to align with your highest purpose, moving in the direction of your true path. The energies of the portal are only going to amplify your intentions, and it is vital to create clear and positive ones so that you are making choices that are aligned with the life you want. This isn't about denying the intensity of the energies, it's about knowing that you have the power to navigate them and to steer your own course, and the more you act with intention, the more you'll find that you are moving in the direction of the life you want. This is not about passive acceptance, this is about active creation. And it is through this active creation that you'll truly find transformation and self-discovery. This portal is a catalyst, a gateway to breaking free from limiting beliefs and to embracing your authentic truth. These are challenges, but they're also opportunities to evolve and to step into the person you were meant to be all along. This isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about transforming yourself so that you can create the life you want. What beliefs have been holding you back? What assumptions have you been making about yourself? This portal is an invitation to challenge these beliefs and to choose new ones that align with your authentic self and with your true desires. Perhaps you've been telling yourself that you're not good enough or you're not capable of doing something. The portal is now pushing you to realize that this belief is simply an illusion and that you have the capacity to do anything you set your mind to. It's a journey of self-reflection where you finally have the opportunity to choose the beliefs that empower you, not limit you, so that you can take a step toward creating the life that you truly want. The portal isn't just showing you what is, it is showing you what could be if you chose to step into your true power. And when you do, the results will be profound. This reset will not just be a temporary shift, it will create lasting changes that will ripple through every area of your life. It is a promise of greater spiritual growth, an increased sense of freedom, and a life that feels more aligned with your true purpose. The path you are walking now is not just a reaction to the energies, it's an active choice to build a life that aligns with your authentic self. So embrace these shifts, knowing that they are part of a larger plan designed for your best life. You will feel more connected to your intuition and spiritual guidance, and you will find a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment, making your life more meaningful and balanced. You'll feel more aligned with your true path, more empowered to pursue your passions, and more in control of your destiny, and that sense of empowerment is your real destination. Remember, this is not an ending, this is just a beginning, a launchpad for a life that is richer and more meaningful than ever before, and this is your opportunity to step into the life that you have been seeking. This isn't just a change, it's an upgrade. And finally, it's time to recognize that this energetic shift isn't happening around you, it's happening for you because you are an integral part of this cosmic event. You aren't just an observer, you're an active participant, and the universe is guiding you every step of the way, and you are not alone in this journey. It is important to acknowledge your courage, your strength, and your willingness to grow, and to know that you are fully supported. We are all in this together. We are all feeling this intense energy and moving through this shift, so let's be supportive of each other, let's acknowledge what we are all moving through, and if you found any of this helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your experience in the comments below. Let's move through this together. The sacred portal, as we've discussed, isn't some far-off, abstract idea. It's a real and tangible energetic doorway that is now fully open, and its effects are weaving their way into the fabric of your everyday existence, sometimes in ways you might not immediately recognize. It's not always a dramatic, earth-shattering event, like a lightning bolt or an earthquake. More often, it's a gentle whisper, a subtle nudge, or a fleeting sense of knowing. You might find yourself suddenly fixated on a particular color, a symbol, or a song that seems to carry a deeper message. Or perhaps you'll notice recurring number patterns, such as 111, 222, or 333, and each one of these is not random, but specific signs. For example, you may find yourself noticing feathers in unusual places, perhaps a white feather on your doorstep or a blue jay landing on your windowsill. These aren't just coincidences, they are synchronicities, little breadcrumbs being left for you by the universe, guiding you along your path. Before the portal opened, you may not have noticed these small details, perhaps because your awareness was not fully engaged. Now, with your senses heightened, you are starting to see the magic all around you. This is why I say that you are not like most people, because you are now starting to see the signs, and you are starting to understand the language of the universe, which is speaking directly to you. This is happening on every level of your being. The emotional, the physical, and the spiritual are all being heightened, and they are all speaking to you now. On an emotional level, the portal's energy is acting like a cosmic amplifier, intensifying everything you feel, both the highs and the lows, and these heightened emotions aren't random. They are the portal's direct influence on your energetic field, so it is essential that you pay attention to them. You might find yourself overwhelmed by a sudden surge of joy, a feeling so intense it almost makes you dizzy, or perhaps you may unexpectedly find yourself consumed by sadness or anger. These extreme emotions aren't necessarily new feelings, but rather, they're old emotions that have now been magnified by the portal's energy, so it's crucial to address them as they arise. Before, you might have been able to push down these emotions or dismiss them as unimportant, but the portal makes it nearly impossible to ignore them. It is not forcing you to feel things that you have not felt. It is amplifying what is already there. For example, a minor frustration might suddenly explode into a fit of rage, or a small moment of happiness may feel like an overwhelming wave of bliss, and that amplification is the portal at work. Past traumas or unresolved issues that you've been avoiding for years are now resurfacing, demanding your attention, because these are not just old wounds, they are opportunities for healing, and you are now being given that opportunity. This isn't about reliving the pain, it's about finally acknowledging it, processing it, and releasing it for good. You must observe and navigate these emotions with an open heart and with compassion, because they are not your enemy, they are your guide. And these amplified emotions, subtle signs, and recurring synchronicities are all connected to the thinning of the veil, which is why the spiritual realm now feels closer, more accessible, and much more real. It's as if the portal is a giant lens, bringing the spiritual world into sharp focus, and you can no longer dismiss what you're sensing. This is a time when your intuition becomes more heightened, your dreams are more vivid, and you may even feel a sense of being watched, as if something unseen is present. It is. These aren't just random coincidences, these are messages from the spiritual realm, seeking to communicate with you in a way that you will understand, so it is now time to learn this new language. The veil has become so thin that your spiritual guides are now able to get through, and they are communicating in the best way that they can to guide you along your path. You may start hearing whispers in the wind, or feeling a gentle presence in the room, or perhaps you may receive a clear message through a song on the radio. And these are not coincidences, these are communications from the other side. I remember when I was particularly lost, and I couldn't make sense of what was happening in my life. I woke up from a very strange dream, and in that dream, I was being guided through a forest toward a light. I could even feel the warmth of that light, and it was this very specific dream that I finally understood what I needed to do, and this is how the guides and the spiritual realm will communicate. To become more attuned, I recommend you start a journal where you can record your dreams and the synchronicities that you are experiencing, because these patterns will show you the path that is unfolding before you. All you have to do is pay attention. Now, as we delve deeper, it's critical to understand that Jupiter's shift, while it may appear disruptive and chaotic, is actually a guiding force for profound personal transformation, so don't be misled by the temporary challenges. This isn't about chaos for chaos' sake. It's about a necessary dismantling of old structures so you can build something new, and the darkness is often a necessary prelude to the light, so do not be afraid. It's like the universe is giving you a hard reboot, clearing away all the old programming so you can install new operating systems, a new program for a new you, and this may seem scary, but it's necessary. You may feel like you are being shaken to your core, as old beliefs and old patterns are being challenged, but it's during these difficult times that you are being presented with the opportunity to break free from what is holding you back. It's like a gardener tending a garden. Sometimes the soil has to be turned over to prepare it for new seeds. Before this shift, you might have been operating on autopilot, following old patterns of behavior without even realizing it. But now, you are being given a chance to break free from these cycles and to choose new ones. For example, you might have always defaulted to a specific reaction whenever someone questions your beliefs, but now you're being given an opportunity to realize that that old reaction is no longer serving you, and you can choose a different path. This isn't about being thrown off course, it's about rerouting you onto the path that is best for you. Remember that sometimes the darkest night is needed to see the stars, and this is one of those times. This reset is designed to bring you clarity and a deeper understanding of your soul purpose, expanding on the concept of the major spiritual reset. It's not a punishment, it's a gift. It may not feel that way at first, but you must have faith in the process and understand that what seems chaotic now will ultimately lead you to a better place. It's like going through a maze. You may get lost along the way, but ultimately, that maze is designed to lead you to the center. The challenges and the intensity that you are experiencing are necessary for you to break free from the old patterns, and that breaking free is the reset itself. Before the portal, you might have felt like you were drifting along aimlessly, not sure what your true purpose was, but now, you are being given the chance to discover what you want, and to make that happen. You may find yourself suddenly drawn to a new passion or a new project that has been calling to you for a while. You may suddenly realize what you want to do with your life, and you will no longer want to do what you have been doing. For example, you may have been working in a job that you hate, but now the portal is making it clear that you should be pursuing something else, and you must listen to this inner guidance. This isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about aligning with your soul's true calling and stepping into the life that you were meant to live. The chaos and the pain are just the catalyst for that transformation. And this isn't happening to you, it is happening with you. And this is important because the Jupiter shift is not something that is happening to you, it is something that is happening with you, and this is a critical point that needs to be understood. This isn't some external force that is controlling you. You are an active participant in your own transformation, and how you engage with it will determine your overall experience. You are not a passive observer in this cosmic event. You are a co-creator, actively shaping your own reality, and the more you understand this, the more powerful this transformation will be. You are being asked to step into your power and to take the wheel, so do not let this opportunity pass you by. Before, you might have felt like you were being tossed around by the whims of fate, but now, the portal is showing you that you are the master of your own destiny, and you are not being pushed, you are choosing. You have the power to direct these energies, to channel them into positive changes, and to create the life that you desire, and that power is real. For example, you can make the choice to focus on gratitude rather than fear, or to approach these challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as roadblocks. You can actively choose how to interpret these energies and how to engage with them, and you will see the difference. It's like learning to navigate the ocean. The waves may be big, but you have the ability to steer the ship, and this is your opportunity to take the wheel. By engaging with this shift actively, you are not just going through a process, you are shaping your destiny, and that choice is yours. This brings us to the heart of the matter. While the cosmic forces are undeniably significant, the true power to navigate this reset ultimately lies within you. It's not external, it's internal. It's not about what's happening around you, but what's happening within you. Think of it like a compass. The portal's energy may cause the needle to fluctuate, but your inner guidance is your true north, and it's your job to follow it. This is not a time to give away your power, it's a time to claim it, because this is where your greatest strength comes from, and you must trust it. Before, you may have been looking outside yourself for guidance, relying on others for answers, but now, the portal is pushing you to connect with your own inner compass, your intuition, and that is what is going to lead you. The events may feel turbulent, like being lost at sea, but this is temporary, and your inner compass will always guide you back to yourself. For example, if you feel conflicted about a decision, you can tune into your intuition, and you can hear what your soul is trying to say, because it will always be telling you what is best for you. It's a choice to follow your inner guidance, and this choice is always available to you. This isn't about denying the cosmic influence, it's about knowing that you have the power to choose how to respond to it, and to follow your own way, not the path others have laid out for you. This is not about being controlled, it's about taking control, and you must do it now. And this is how you will take control, through personal agency. Personal agency is paramount during this reset, because you have the power to take control of your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, so remember this and use it. This isn't about passive acceptance of what comes your way, it is about conscious choice and intentional action, because the choices that you are making right now are shaping the course of your personal transformation. It's not like being a leaf blown by the wind, you have the power to steer your own course, and those who understand this will move through this process in the best way. Before, you might have been reacting to situations without thinking, allowing your emotions to control your actions, but now, the portal is pushing you to become a more conscious creator of your reality. You have the ability to take a breath and to choose your next move rather than just reacting from your gut. For example, if you are overwhelmed with fear or anxiety, you can choose to meditate, to journal, or to talk to a friend. You can make choices to align with your highest good rather than falling into old habits. These choices will not make the process easier, but they will make it more meaningful. This isn't about denying the challenges, it's about choosing how to meet them and to use them as stepping stones on your path to personal growth. And this leads me to another critical point. The portal isn't something that is happening to you, it is happening with you, and that difference is important to understand. It's a collaboration between you and the universe, and your level of awareness and active participation will determine the outcome, so choose to participate. The universe is not doing this to you, it is doing this with you, and together you will shape the course of your transformation. Before, you may have felt like the universe was working against you, but now, it is clear that the universe has always been working with you, and the more you recognize this, the more powerful this transformation will be. This is not a process to observe, it's a process to engage in, and the more you do, the more you will benefit. For example, you can choose to engage with your emotional process by journaling and seeking support, so that you are not suppressing what you need to release. You can make the choice to be in nature, to ground yourself, to quiet the mind, and to listen to the guidance that is all around you. All of this is your active participation in this dance with the universe. This isn't just an event to experience, It is an invitation to transform, and the more you act with intention, the more profound the results will be, and you will begin to see just how powerful your intention is. This is just the beginning. The journey has just begun, and I will be guiding you through every step. Now let's dive deeper into the heart of this transformation, because what I'm about to tell you is going to be essential for you to fully understand what you are experiencing and to navigate the intense energies that are at play. The sacred portal isn't a one-size-fits-all experience. It's not some cosmic event that is happening to everyone in exactly the same way. Instead, it is a deeply personal and individualized event, a unique journey that is tailored to your specific energetic blueprint and life experiences. You are not a random observer in this grand cosmic play. You are a key player, and your role is very specific. The portal is not just going to deliver what it has to offer, it's going to deliver exactly what you need, and that makes it a very intimate and powerful process. Before you fully understood the impact of the portal, you might have wondered why some people seem to be going through more dramatic shifts than others. But now, with a greater understanding, you'll see that everyone's experience is meticulously tailored to their unique path, and that means your experience, as unique as it may be, is exactly what it should be. If you are going through a difficult time, this may feel unfair, but you will need to trust the process. Your astrological birth chart, the precise configuration of the planets at the moment of your birth, is going to significantly influence your experience of the portal, acting as a guide to navigate your unique path. It's like having a cosmic blueprint that dictates how the portal's energies will interact with your specific energetic field, highlighting areas of strength, challenges, and opportunities for growth that are designed just for you. Think of it as a lock and a key. The portal is the key, and your birth chart is the lock, and the interaction of these two is going to create something completely unique. Additionally, your personal history, with all of its past traumas and unresolved emotional baggage, will heavily influence what type of shifts you will undergo, so the portal will be highlighting what needs your attention the most. It's like shining a spotlight on the deepest parts of your soul, revealing what needs to be healed, what needs to be addressed, and what needs to be released. The portal is calling you to acknowledge all of these aspects of your unique journey. And this is why the portal manifests in so many different ways, because there is not just one portal, there are layers and layers, each designed to help you grow. You might be experiencing an emotional portal, with deep-seated traumas from your past resurfacing with a very intense feeling, almost as if you are reliving the event, not just remembering it. This might feel scary at first, but know that the intention is to help you finally release these old wounds and move beyond them. Or you might be going through a physical portal and experiencing unexplained energy shifts, such as sudden rushes of energy, dizziness, or changes to your sleep patterns, where you might not be able to sleep, or you are sleeping far more than usual, and both of these are tied to the portal. It's your physical body's way of adjusting to the new energetic frequencies, and it's nothing to be afraid of, but rather something to pay attention to. Or you could be experiencing a spiritual portal, where you are having heightened awareness of your spirit guides, or experiencing vivid dreams, almost like you are watching a movie unfold, with all the details and the clarity that comes with such an experience. These are not just random occurrences, they are communications from the spiritual realm trying to help guide you through this process. And finally, you might be experiencing a relational portal, where you're having a major shift in your relationships, perhaps finding deep connections with new people or severing ties with those that are no longer serving your highest good, as the portal is clarifying who needs to be part of your journey and who does not. All of these are examples of the different portals that you might be experiencing, and it is important to know that this is happening on multiple levels at once, and these may or may not be happening in order. For example, a resurfacing of a childhood wound might be an emotional portal, where you feel all the fear and pain that you felt at that time, combined with the feeling of a spiritual portal, where your guides are now supporting you through the release process. Or a sudden rush of energy might be a physical portal, where your body is adjusting to a new energetic frequency, combined with a relational portal, where you suddenly feel drawn to someone who is going to help you integrate this new energy. These are not random, they are very specific to your process. And it's absolutely critical for you to understand that the portal's influence is not going to be uniform. It is not going to be the same for you as it is for the person standing next to you. It's not a mass experience, but a carefully customized one designed to facilitate your unique growth. You cannot look around to see what others are doing because your path is your own. And that means this is a time for deep self-reflection, introspection, and a very clear understanding of your own patterns and responses. This is your time to become aware of how you react to the world around you, to become more aware of what you do on autopilot, and to begin to make conscious choices about what you want to do moving forward. It's like being given a personalized map, where the path is specifically laid out for you, showing you the route that you must take, highlighting the areas that you will need to pay attention to, and the places where you must slow down. The portal is not just opening, it is revealing your path, and that path is for you and no one else. Before, you might have been trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you, but now, the portal is showing you how to step into your own authenticity, into your own individual path, and into the life that is truly yours. Your personal history will affect the specific lessons that you need to learn, the specific traumas that you need to heal, and the specific relationships that you need to understand. And your astrological chart will affect the timing, intensity, and the overall experience. But what's important is that everything is perfectly designed to help you evolve into the best version of yourself. All of this is happening now, and you must not ignore the signs. And this brings me to Jupiter, who, as the catalyst, is not just triggering these events, but amplifying all of the energies that are already within you, both the positive and the negative. It's like the universe is turning up the volume on everything, intensifying all of your feelings, your thoughts, and your connections. This can feel overwhelming, almost like you are on a roller coaster that you can't get off, but it is an important part of the process. Before this shift, these energies may have been simmering just below the surface, but now they're coming to the forefront, demanding to be addressed, and you can no longer ignore them. Jupiter is not here to make your life harder, it is here to make everything more clear, and to show you what needs your immediate attention, even when it may feel difficult. The unresolved issues and old patterns that you have been avoiding are now being pushed into the light, demanding that you deal with them, and this is where the intensity comes from. For example, if you have a tendency to doubt yourself, Jupiter will amplify those feelings of self-doubt, forcing you to confront them head-on. Or, if you tend to avoid conflict, Jupiter might bring situations that require you to stand up for yourself and to address the issue, and this can feel like a massive amount of pressure, like you are being forced to do things you don't want to do. But it's not about forcing you, it's about prompting you and showing you what is waiting to be healed. This is not a punishment, this is a call to action, and you are being asked to step into that action. It's like the universe is building up pressure until finally you can no longer deny what needs to be addressed and what needs to be released, and then you can finally find relief. In those challenging times, those moments of intense emotions and difficulty are not roadblocks, but pathways to deep healing and transformation, and you must understand that there is a reason for all that you are experiencing. It's only by confronting these difficult aspects of yourself that you can truly grow and evolve, because you cannot grow by ignoring the difficult parts. The portal isn't designed to make you comfortable, it's designed to make you better, and that requires you to look at every aspect of your life. It's like weeding a garden, you must first clear out all the old weeds before you can plant new seeds. In the same way, you must recognize and address those negative patterns and any traumas that have been holding you back, so that you can create space for new growth and positive change to occur. Before the portal, you might have been able to push these issues aside or pretend that they didn't exist. But now, you are being asked to face them with courage, compassion, and a deep desire to heal. For example, if you've been holding on to anger or resentment towards someone, the portal might bring those feelings to the surface, forcing you to confront them. It may bring up all the reasons why you feel that way and all the difficult emotions, but it will not leave you there. Instead, it will give you a chance to move beyond it. This is all about addressing the emotions fully, processing them with an open heart, and then finally releasing them, and that release will create space for new, more positive emotions to grow. This isn't just about healing the past, it's also about creating a better future. This means that the portal is about aligning with your authentic self and releasing the old versions of who you thought you were and embracing the person who is now ready to move forward. And this is how you move into a new path. And this is a deep recalibration of who you are at the core. It's about challenging those long-held beliefs, those thought patterns, and those behaviors that no longer serve your highest good, because so many of them are not yours, but those of the world around you. It's like peeling back all the layers of an onion and getting to the core, and it's only when you get to the core that you can begin to understand who you really are. Before this shift, you might have been living your life based on the expectations of others or the beliefs that you've inherited from your upbringing. But now, you are being given the opportunity to question all of those beliefs and to decide what it is that you truly believe. For example, you might have grown up believing that you must always put the needs of others before your own, but now you are recognizing that this belief is no longer serving you and that you can choose to set boundaries and to prioritize your own well-being. You might have been holding on to beliefs about what your job should be or what your relationships should be like, and now you can choose to question it all, because this is a time of questioning and reevaluation. The point is that it's only through questioning those ingrained beliefs and the behaviors that go with them that you can truly align with your own authentic self and discover what you really value. And this will not be easy, and it will require courage, but remember that this process isn't happening to you. It is happening with you, and the universe has your back, and you are not alone. It's only through questioning everything that you can find out what truly resonates with you, and that is the opportunity that is being presented right now, so take it. And this is where the synchronicities come in, because these are the signs from the universe that you are being heard, and they are not random. They are the language that the universe is speaking to you now. They are not just coincidences. They are meaningful signs that the universe is communicating with you directly and personally. The universe is constantly trying to guide you, to support you, and to lead you towards your highest good, and synchronicities are one of the primary ways that it communicates, especially during this portal period, when the veil is thinner than usual. It's like the universe is leaving breadcrumbs along your path, and those breadcrumbs are specifically designed to help you move through this process, and all you have to do is notice. Before, you may have dismissed these events as mere chance, but now, as your awareness has heightened, you will see that they are anything but random, and they are happening for a reason. For example, you may start noticing repetitive numbers like 11, 11 or 2, 22 appearing on clocks, license plates, and even receipts, and these are messages, not just numbers. You might encounter specific people who have an important message for you, or recurring dreams that seem to carry a deeper meaning, or you may feel drawn to a specific book or a particular song, and these are not just random events, but rather carefully orchestrated communications from the universe, and all you need to do is listen. These are your clues, and you must use them. The universe is communicating with you constantly, and you are being asked to learn its language. And these synchronicities are often tied to your own current emotional state and your personal journey, because they are tailored to your unique needs, showing you that they are for you specifically, not for anyone else. It's like the universe is using a personalized code, and it's designed to speak directly to you and to only you. The more you pay attention to your emotions and your inner world, the more meaningful these synchronicities will become, and the more they will guide you. Before this shift, you might have felt lost or confused, not sure what direction you were supposed to be going in. But now, you are being given the tools and the guidance to navigate your own path, and those tools are in the form of synchronicities. For example, if you are feeling lost or confused, you might start seeing signs that confirm the path you are on. Or if you are worried about making a choice, you might receive synchronicities that confirm that you're on the right track. It's like the universe is constantly checking in with you, offering encouragement and guiding you to your next step. And this isn't just happening when you're feeling lost, it's happening when you are on the right track as well, almost like the universe is cheering you on. This is a reminder that you are not alone and that you are always being guided. But it is not enough to just see these synchronicities. You must become an active participant in interpreting them, and then you must take actions based on them, and this is how you navigate this journey. Because paying attention to these signs isn't about passively observing random events, it's about actively engaging with the universe's guidance, and by paying close attention, you will begin to recognize patterns and understand that you are being led by something much greater than yourself. It's like learning a new language. At first, it might seem confusing, but with time and practice, you will start to recognize the patterns and the messages within them, and the more you pay attention, the clearer the messages become. Before this shift, you might have been dismissing these events as coincidences, or you might have just been ignoring them, but now you are realizing that there is a larger plan unfolding, and those synchronicities are a piece of that puzzle. For example, you might initially dismiss a number pattern or a strange encounter, but then you might see that same pattern repeated, or you might experience a very similar encounter, and this will create a pattern, and you must not dismiss that pattern, because that is how the universe is communicating. This is not just about observing, it is about trusting, and you are being asked to trust that everything is happening for a reason, and that you are not alone, and all you have to do is pay attention. The synchronicities are not the destination. They are simply the breadcrumbs that are designed to guide you, and they will lead you to where you need to be, and you must now have the faith that they will. This is where your journey becomes a partnership between you and the universe. So how do you move forward? How do you integrate all of this into your daily life? The answer is that it's not about compartmentalizing these changes as a separate event, but rather incorporating them into your life as part of your personal evolution. It is all a part of you, and that is why you must integrate it fully. It's not something to endure, but something to embrace, because you are in the middle of an amazing process of growth. Before, you might have felt like you were living two separate lives, your ordinary life and then this spiritual life. But now, you are being asked to integrate the two and to understand that they are all one part of your existence, and all parts are equally important. It's like learning a new dance. At first it might feel clunky and awkward, but with practice, it becomes a seamless part of who you are. For example, as you start to have a greater awareness of the portal, you can make daily decisions that are in alignment with the insights that you are gaining, almost as if you are consulting your inner compass and listening to that internal guide. You can also make conscious choices that are in alignment with the synchronicities you are receiving, understanding that they are there to help you, and you can consciously choose to be more aligned. All of this is creating a path forward and a way for you to integrate your spiritual self into your daily life. You can start journaling about your synchronicities and what they mean to you, or you can start meditating to connect more deeply to your inner guidance, or you can start going out into nature to ground yourself in the earth. These are just small changes that can bring greater clarity and awareness, and it is all part of the process. And this is a time for you to understand your emotional resilience, because not every day will be smooth, and there will be moments of challenge and setback. These are normal parts of the transformative process, so do not be discouraged if you are having a difficult time. The journey to transformation isn't a straight line. It is a series of ups and downs, highs and lows, and it is not about avoiding the lows, it is about understanding them and moving through them. Before, you might have felt discouraged by setbacks, or you might have felt like you were doing something wrong if you were experiencing challenges, but now you are understanding that setbacks are often a sign that you are moving forward because you are addressing the issues that are holding you back. It's like learning to ride a bike. You will probably fall down a few times, but each time you get back up, you will have learned something and you will be that much closer to your goal. For example, you might have a day where you are overwhelmed by negative emotions, and those emotions might feel like they are pulling you under, but that is a normal part of the process, and it is important to not judge them. Instead, you can turn to the techniques that you have been learning, such as meditation, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend, and those techniques are designed to help you navigate those challenges. This is how you build your resilience. Not by avoiding the difficult moments, but by moving through them with an open heart and with compassion for yourself, and this will give you the tools you need. And this brings me to the final and most important piece of advice. You must have self-compassion during this intense period, and you must remember to be patient and gentle with yourself. This is a journey, not a competition, and there is no right or wrong way to go about it, and that means you must treat yourself with the kindness that you deserve. Before this shift, you might have been overly critical of yourself, or you might have been trying to reach an impossible standard, but now you can understand that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and that perfection isn't necessary. It is important that you allow yourself to feel and to process and to learn and to grow at your own pace. It's like a gentle river. There are moments of stillness and there are moments of rapids, but all of these moments are part of the flow, and it's important to not resist them. For example, if you are feeling overwhelmed, take a break and rest, or take some time for yourself and honor what you are feeling. Treat yourself like you are a friend and offer the same kindness and support that you would offer to someone you love. This is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming more real, and that realness is going to guide you on your own path. This is your journey, so honor what you are going through and allow yourself to grow and transform and to become the best version of yourself. And there is no right or wrong way to do that, only your way. And now that we've gone through the core of this journey, let's look at the future that is waiting for you on the other side of this reset, because this is where you will see the benefits of all that you are going through. The future is not just about changes in circumstances, it is about deeper fulfillment and an intense joy and a better understanding of your place in the world. The lessons that you are learning from the portal have the potential to create a very rich and fulfilling experience for you, and the more you understand it, the more you can move toward this new reality. Before this shift, you might have felt disconnected from your true self, or you might have felt like you were just drifting along. But now, you are stepping into your own authenticity, and you are learning what your true purpose is, and it is all for you. You will begin to have deeper connections with others, and you will begin to create greater joy and fulfillment in your life, and that is the promise of all of this. For example, you might find yourself feeling more aligned with your passions, or you might find yourself connecting with people who share the same values as you, or you might simply feel more at peace within yourself, and all of these things are the promise of the portal. The change isn't just external, it is internal as well, creating more peace, more acceptance, and more love for yourself, and this is the future that is waiting for you, a future of unlimited potential. But understand that this is not a passive experience. It's an invitation for you to participate. Because how actively you participate during this reset will directly influence the benefits you receive. So it is now time to step into your power and to make conscious decisions, because your journey is directly related to your intention, and the more actively you engage, the more profound your transformation will be. This isn't about sitting back and waiting for change to happen. It's about stepping into your power and actively shaping your own destiny, because the universe is partnering with you. Before, you might have felt like you were being pushed along by fate, but now you understand that you have the power to steer your own ship, and this power is now fully in your hands. It's like planting a seed. If you plant it with care and intention, it will grow into something beautiful. But if you neglect it, it will wither, and that seed is the process you are in right now. For example, if you approach this time with fear and resistance, you will probably experience a much more difficult path. But if you approach this time with courage, intention, and a willingness to learn, you will be amazed by the results. You have the power to direct this energy, to use it for your benefit, and the key is understanding what you want, and then taking active steps toward making it a reality. This isn't just about going through a process, it's about consciously creating the future you desire, and it starts with your intention now. So what will you choose? And this brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, and I hope you have understood all that I have shared. And if you have, that is because you are among those that are listening, and that are ready for these changes. And I see you, I acknowledge you, and I honor you, and I am grateful for your presence here, and your willingness to learn and grow with me. You are not alone on this journey, and the universe is supporting you every step of the way, and you have everything that you need within you. You have the power, the wisdom, and the courage to navigate this transformation, and I am grateful for your willingness to be present, and to listen to the guidance that is being offered. And together, we will go through this process with grace and love. The portal is open, the shifts are happening, and you are more than ready to embark on your next adventure, and we will continue this journey together. And now, let's explore another profound layer of the sacred portal, a layer that directly impacts the very fabric of your connections, both with those closest to you and with the larger world around you, because this is not just a solo journey, it is a communal one as well. This is the relational portal, a unique aspect of this time where Jupiter's shift is causing significant and often unexpected changes in your relationships. It's as if the energetic landscape is being completely rearranged, and as a result, your connections with others are also being reorganized, according to the energetic alignments of each individual involved. Before, you might have felt like you were holding on to relationships out of habit or even obligation, but now, the portal is showing you the truth about each and every connection and what you are meant to learn from each person. Some relationships might be deepening, becoming more profound and meaningful, almost as if a new level of understanding and love is being unlocked. These are relationships that are energetically aligned with your own journey, and they are there to help you grow and to support your evolution. But also, many other relationships are dissolving, almost as if they are simply falling apart. These are the relationships that are no longer serving your highest good, and that have reached the end of their natural cycle, and it is important to remember that not every relationship is meant to be permanent, because it's through the end of some relationships that we find the space for new ones to form. For example, if you are in a relationship that is built on mutual growth and respect, this shift will likely amplify the positive aspects, and it will be as if that love is a fire that is burning even brighter. You will feel a deeper connection with that person, almost as if the portal is pulling you closer together, and you'll find a new level of understanding that you had never accessed before. However, if you are in a relationship where you are giving too much, or where the other person is taking advantage of you, the portal is going to expose these imbalances, and the relationship might simply fall apart, and this might feel painful, but it's important to see this as a necessary act of liberation so that both of you can move on. And this isn't just about your closest relationships, this is also about the way you relate to the collective consciousness itself, because you are part of a larger web of connections and you are influencing everyone around you, even when you do not realize it. And this relational portal is not only about your individual connections, it's about the collective as well. And these shifts in your personal life are also a reflection of a larger shift in the collective consciousness. Just as your relationships are being reorganized, so too is the collective consciousness being reshaped, and your individual journey has the power to affect the world more than you realize. Before, you might have felt like your actions had very little impact on the larger world, but now, you are understanding how interconnected we all are and how your personal shifts have a direct effect on the energies around you. You might feel a greater sense of unity with those who are also on a similar spiritual path, almost as if you are all tuning into the same frequency. This connection can feel like a beautiful sense of belonging, and that you are all a part of a single soul, and that you are all moving toward a common goal together. But at the same time, you might feel a greater sense of disconnection from those who are not aligned with your path, because this portal will make the energetic differences between you and them more obvious. It's important not to judge those who are different because they are on their own journey, but rather to understand that you are all on different paths and it's okay to have distance. For example, you may feel an incredible sense of connection with a community that shares similar values, a feeling that you have finally found your tribe and that you are no longer alone. But at the same time, you may find that you have less in common with friends and family members who are still stuck in the patterns of the past, and this can be a difficult realization. But it is important to know that these shifts are not random, they are happening for a reason, and it's all part of the larger transformation that is currently underway. As you become more aligned with your true self, you will naturally attract those who are also aligned with your path, and you will find that your influence on your community will increase, and that you are a force for positive change in the world, and all of this is part of the process. And it's absolutely essential for you to understand that the changes within your relationships are a direct reflection of your own internal shifts. So what is happening externally is an externalization of what you are working on internally, as they are always interconnected. And the more you change, the more your relationships will also change, because everything is linked together. Before, you might have felt like your relationships were simply happening to you, as if you had no control over them. But now, you are recognizing that they are a direct reflection of your own inner world, and you are creating your experiences. As you evolve and grow, your relationships will either transform into something even more profound, or they will naturally dissolve, because both of these are part of the growth process. It's as if your inner world is being mirrored in your outer world, and as you change, the mirror will also reflect that change. For example, if you are becoming more authentic and aligned with your values, your relationships will either become more aligned with that authenticity, or they will begin to dissolve, making room for new, more aligned relationships to enter your life. You might have a situation where your partner becomes even more supportive and understanding of your journey, or you might realize that you are no longer on the same path, and that it is time to move on. If you are releasing old patterns and limiting beliefs, you might find that relationships that were once difficult now feel easier and more authentic. Or you may discover that you have less in common with people that are still aligned with those old patterns, as your values will have changed. In all of these situations, it is important that you stay true to your inner compass and to honor your own growth process, as your outer experiences will always be a reflection of your inner state. And this is why it is so important to pay attention to both aspects of yourself. This is not something that is happening to you, it is happening with you, and your choices will determine what that process looks like. Now, let's turn our attention back to Jupiter's influence, because it is essential to understand the dual nature of this amplification. Jupiter is not just turning up the volume on the positive aspects of life, but on all aspects of your life, both the positive and the negative, and this creates a sense of duality that can sometimes feel overwhelming, but is essential to understand because it highlights the nature of existence. Before, you might have thought that the universe was all good or that it was all bad, but now you are beginning to see that it is both, and that these are simply different sides of the same coin. It is not about choosing the good and avoiding the bad, it is about understanding the duality of life and finding balance within that duality. For example, if you are focused on positive emotions and intentions, Jupiter's energy will amplify those feelings, and you might experience heightened joy, love, and abundance in all areas of your life. almost as if the universe is showering you with its blessings. But if you are focused on fear, anger, or negativity, those feelings will also be amplified, and you might find yourself attracting experiences that reflect these negative patterns, and it will feel as if everything is working against you. The universe is not choosing good or bad, it is simply showing you what you are focused on. It is essential to understand that Jupiter is not choosing sides. It is amplifying whatever is already within you, and that means you have a choice to focus on what you desire or to focus on what you fear, and that choice will directly impact your experiences. It's like a magnifying glass. It amplifies whatever is placed under it, and it's up to you to choose what you focus on, and that is your power, and you are being called to understand it. And this amplification, this dual nature of experience, is like a mirror, reflecting back to you all that is within you, showing you what you have been focusing on and the choices you have been making. It is not judging you, it is simply showing you the truth, and with that truth comes the responsibility to choose, and that is what this portal is really about. Before, you might have been able to hide from your shadows or to pretend that they didn't exist, but now they are being brought into the light, and you must acknowledge them, and you must choose how you will interact with them. It is not about being perfect, it is about being honest with yourself and acknowledging all aspects of who you are and knowing that you have the power to transform all of them. For example, if you have been holding on to self-doubt, Jupiter's energy will amplify those feelings, forcing you to confront them and ask why you are doubting yourself and what you can do to change it. It will not force you to stay there, it will simply show you where you are. And if you have been focused on positivity and love, Jupiter's energy will amplify those feelings as well, reinforcing the positive patterns that you have already built. The portal isn't causing anything, it is simply revealing it, like a mirror that is showing you your reflection. So this means you must become aware of what is being reflected back at you, because this is a mirror that is very accurate, and it's also very honest. You are the artist of your own life, and you get to choose what you focus on, and the portal will magnify those choices, so choose wisely. And you can choose what energy you give to different situations, and that is a powerful and essential understanding. And that's why discernment is so essential during this time, because you are being asked to choose what you allow into your life, and what you choose to ignore, because not all energy is benevolent, and you must be able to discern the difference. It is your responsibility to choose what resonates with you and what feels aligned with your highest good, and to set boundaries that protect your energy, because you are powerful and you have agency, but it is your responsibility to use that power. Before, you might have been absorbing all kinds of energy without being aware of the impact, but now you must understand that you can choose what you allow in and what you will not allow in. It is like having a filter that you can use to choose what you want to experience and what you want to avoid. For example, if you encounter an energy that feels heavy or draining, you must understand that you have the power to disengage, and that it is not necessary for you to absorb those energies. This is similar to the times that you have had to engage with trickster energies, and those challenging encounters were simply tests of your own energetic boundaries. And if you are in a situation that does not feel aligned, you can choose to change it, and this awareness of discernment will be an essential skill to cultivate. You must learn to trust your intuition and to honor your own energetic boundaries, and this is how you protect your own energy field. It's important to understand that you have the power to create your own reality, and that you must make conscious choices about what you allow into it, and these energies can be used to uplift or to distract, and you must choose the ones that will benefit you, not harm you. The ability to discern which path to take, what energy to give your time and focus to, is more important than ever. Now let's talk about the synchronicities, because these are the language of the universe during this time, and it is essential to understand how to interpret their messages, because they aren't random, they are communication from the universe. The synchronicities are not just random signs, they are active communication from the universe, and it is as if it is constantly offering you guidance, and that guidance is always available to you. Before, you might have thought that synchronicities were just coincidences, but now you are understanding that they are carefully orchestrated messages designed specifically for you, and this is an entirely new way of understanding the world. It's like the universe is constantly speaking to you, but it's up to you to learn its language, and you are learning it now. For example, the universe might use personalized messages based on your current needs, such as a song that speaks to your emotional state, and it might feel like it was written just for you in that moment. Or it might use a specific number that is linked to an important date, and this might be a message about where you are in your life or where you are going. Or it might even use an animal that crosses your path at just the right moment, and the animal is there to represent something specific about your journey. And sometimes, these messages are not so obvious, and that is why paying attention to your inner world is essential. It is only when you are present with your emotions, your thoughts, and your feelings that you can truly begin to decipher the language of the universe, and your inner world is the key to unlocking all of these messages. Your feelings are valid, and it is essential to be present with them. And these synchronicities are not only designed to be seen, they are also designed to confirm the choices that you are making, to offer new directions, and to provide you with a sense of hope. And it's as if you are being given a map, where each synchronicity is a piece of the puzzle that will help you reach your destination. Before, you might have felt lost and unsure of which way to go, but now you have a guide, one that is always available to you, and that is constantly communicating with you, and those synchronicities are always ready to show you the way. It's as if the universe is updating your map in real time, and that map is based on the choices you are making, and the synchronicities provide feedback about whether you are going the right way. For example, if you have been wondering if you should make a change in your life, you might suddenly receive a series of synchronicities that confirm that you are on the right path, and those confirmations will make you feel more confident in your choices. Or if you are feeling lost and confused, the universe will present you with signs that point you toward a new direction, and it is up to you to follow those signs and to trust the process. The synchronicities aren't just random events, they are purposeful messages from the universe, and these are designed to help you navigate this time. It is not just enough to receive the messages, you must also act on the messages, and that is how you use your map. The universe is not passive, it is actively participating in this journey with you, and it requires an active response from you. And it is absolutely essential to understand that this communication requires both awareness and action from you, and that you have a responsibility to listen to the messages that you are receiving, because the universe is always available to you, but it's up to you to tune into the right frequency, and then to act on that information. Before, you might have thought that you were just a passive participant in your life, but now you understand that you are an active co-creator, and your actions are directly impacting what you experience. It's as if the universe is constantly offering you advice, but it's up to you to listen to the advice, and then to put it into practice. For example, if you are receiving synchronicities that are encouraging you to take a new direction, you must not ignore those messages, and you must trust the guidance that is being given to you. You have to make that first step, and the universe is there to support you. Or if you are receiving messages that are telling you to release a certain pattern, you must take action to release that pattern instead of ignoring it. The synchronicities are not just meant to be observed, they are meant to be acted upon, and this is how you navigate the portal with intention and purpose. The choice is yours, and your choices will determine what your path looks like, and whether it is joyful and fulfilling or whether it is challenging. If you choose to act on the information, you will find that your journey is that much easier. It's not just about knowing the messages, but about acting on them, and that action is the key. And it's essential to understand that navigating the sacred portal isn't just a one-time event. It is a continuous process, and you are always in motion, and the energetic shifts will continue to evolve, and you will need to adapt and be flexible, because it's all part of the dance of life. Before, you might have thought that there would be an end to the challenges, and a time when you would finally arrive at your destination, but now you are understanding that this is a journey that is always unfolding, and that there will always be new experiences to explore. It's like a river, it is always flowing, and it's always changing, and you must learn to adapt to its current and to flow with the changes instead of resisting them. For example, just as the seasons change and just as the tides shift, so too will the energies of the portal continue to evolve, and you must learn to adapt to each of those shifts and to embrace them as they come. There will be moments where you feel like you are sailing smoothly, and there will be moments where you feel like you are being tossed around by the waves, and both of those experiences are essential. The point is that this isn't a destination. It's a continuous journey of transformation, and the best way to navigate it is by embracing the flow and by understanding that change is the only constant. It's not about getting to the end, it's about enjoying the ride. And because this is an ongoing process, resilience becomes an incredibly important skill, because not every day will be easy, and there will be moments of challenge and setback, and it is important that you understand that those setbacks are not failures, but rather opportunities for growth. Before, you might have been discouraged by the difficult moments, and you might have given up, thinking that it was not possible to continue, but now you are recognizing that setbacks are just another part of the process, and that you can use those to learn and to become even more resilient. It's like a tree that bends with the wind instead of breaking, and you are being asked to do the same. To bend and adapt, and to trust that you will come out stronger on the other side. For example, if you have a day where you feel overwhelmed by negative emotions, it's important to practice self-compassion and to remind yourself that you are human and that these are normal feelings. It is essential to bounce back from those moments, to learn from them, and to use them as a way to strengthen your resolve. You can also choose to focus on the long journey rather than the short moment, and to remember that this entire process is about the journey, and it is about who you are becoming, so do not get discouraged. Every time you encounter a challenge, you have an opportunity to learn and grow, and this is how you build resilience. And remember, you are not meant to do it alone, and that is why we are all here together. And this entire process is about trusting your inner guidance, and about cultivating your connection with the spiritual realm, because this process will continue to evolve over time, and you must keep learning and keep growing, because this is a journey of continuous awareness. Before, you might have thought that there was a finish line, and that once you reached it, that everything would be easy, but now you are understanding that this is an ongoing journey, and that the tools that you have been learning are now simply part of your daily routine, and they are no longer just tools, but rather a new way of being. It's like learning to play an instrument. It takes time, practice, and dedication, and the more you play, the better you will become, and your spiritual practice is just like that. For example, you can continue engaging in practices like meditation, and you can continue setting your intentions, and you can continue paying attention to the synchronicities, because they are there to help you, and they will always continue to be a part of your journey. You can also create habits that are centered around your spiritual growth, like connecting to nature on a regular basis, or spending time each day in quiet contemplation, or keeping a journal of the lessons that you are learning. All of these are essential for the journey. The portal is not a destination, it is a beginning, and you are being asked to start living in alignment with your spiritual path, instead of just moving through it. And now, let's look to the integrated future that awaits you, because the lessons that you are learning from the portal have the power to transform not just your present, but to create a new future as well. This is a future where you have integrated these lessons into your daily life, and you have created a more authentic and aligned way of living. And it's as if you have finally built a foundation that will hold you up no matter what you experience, and that is the promise of this reset. Before, you might have felt like you were living in a house that was built on shaky ground, but now you are building a new foundation, one that is built on truth, authenticity, and the love that you have for yourself and for others. For example, you will begin to make decisions that are aligned with your higher purpose, and you will find that you are creating deeper and more fulfilling relationships, and you will become more resilient and more adaptable to change. All of these are the lessons of the portal, but now those lessons become your new normal, and they are not just an idea, but a way of being. You will begin to make decisions based on your spiritual compass instead of on old patterns of behavior, and you will begin to create the life that you have always dreamed of, and this is just the beginning. It's a future where your actions are in alignment with your values, and that is how you will know that you are on the right path. This is a deep transformation from the ground up, and it is time for you to recognize your own power and to embrace this new beginning. And it's important to understand that this journey is continuous, that your spiritual growth is not a destination, but rather an ongoing exploration, and you must keep learning and keep growing, because the more you grow, the more you will experience, and the more you experience, the more you will grow. Before, you might have thought that there was a final state of enlightenment, and that you would finally arrive, and then the journey would be over. But now, you are recognizing that this journey is always unfolding, and that there are always new lessons to be learned and new levels to be accessed. It's like climbing a mountain. You may reach the summit, but then there are still new mountains to climb and new views to discover, and that is how spiritual growth works. For example, you will continue to integrate the lessons that you are learning now, and you will continue to connect with others on a similar path, and you will continue to explore the depths of your own being, and these are all part of your journey. You will also find new teachers and new guides and new communities, and all of those will provide even greater expansion, and this exploration is about the joy that it brings and the deeper sense of connection that you will find. This is a constant unfolding, and it will never end, and that is what makes it so exciting. It's a dance that will go on forever, and you must embrace every moment of it. And as you continue on your journey, it is essential to remember that you are not alone, and that you are deeply supported, and you are always loved. The universe believes in you, and you have everything you need within you, and you are capable of navigating the path ahead with grace, with courage, and with a deep understanding of your own power. Before, you might have felt lost or alone, but now you understand that you are a part of something much larger than yourself, and that you are surrounded by guidance and by love. You are not just a participant in this process, you are a co-creator, and your presence here is a gift to the world, and you must now recognize your power and embrace the journey. We are all in this together, and I am grateful for your presence and for your willingness to listen and to grow with me, and together we will transform the world. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your heart. Now, let's explore the less obvious ways this sacred portal is manifesting, the subtle nudges and whispers that are present in your daily life, because this isn't always a dramatic, life-altering event. It is also about those quieter moments of profound awareness, those instances where the veil thins and the universe speaks directly to your soul. Before, you might have been focused on the big, extraordinary events, but now you're being asked to notice the subtle shifts in your perception, the gentle nudges of guidance that are present even in the most mundane of activities, because the portal isn't something that is only accessible during dramatic events. It is always there, and it is always open to those who choose to see it. You might experience a sudden clarity in a moment of confusion, as if the fog has lifted and you can see the truth with a new level of clarity. Perhaps you're going about your day and you suddenly understand what you need to do, or you finally see why something happened the way that it did. These moments of sudden knowing are part of the portal, and they are showing you that you are connected to a larger network of information. Or you might find yourself having a deep connection with a stranger, as if you are recognizing a kindred spirit, and that even a short conversation can feel transformative, as if your souls have agreed to meet each other in this moment. This connection isn't random. It is the portal creating an opening for you to connect with someone who can help you on your journey. It could even be that you feel an undeniable pull towards a particular place, as if you are being guided by some unseen force, and the place itself might hold a message for you, or it may be where you meet someone that you are meant to connect with. The point is that you must pay attention to even the smallest details of your day, because those details hold deeper meaning that can help guide you forward, and that is part of your journey now. These aren't random occurrences. These are all messages from the portal, and they are there to help you navigate this shift with grace and awareness, and that is why they are so essential. And this also means we must deepen our understanding of the thinning of the veil, because this isn't just some abstract concept from spiritual texts. It's an actual shift in the energetic landscape of our reality, as if the boundaries between dimensions are becoming more permeable, allowing for a greater exchange of information and energy. Before, the other dimensions might have seemed far away, but now they feel closer, more accessible, almost as if the world itself is shifting into something new. Your intuition becomes heightened, allowing you to perceive subtle energies beyond your five senses, and you begin to understand how much more there is than what your eyes can see, and you begin to hear the whispers of the universe. You may find yourself having visions, or you may find that your dreams are much more vivid, or you may simply find that you know things that you couldn't have possibly known, and these are all ways that the thinning of the veil is impacting your perception. It's as if you are tuning into a multi-dimensional radio, where different stations are becoming more accessible to you, and as you increase your own energetic vibration, you are able to access channels that were not previously available. Some of these channels might contain guidance from your ancestors, offering wisdom and support from those who have walked this path before. Other channels may contain guidance from your spiritual guides, beings of light who are there to assist you on your journey, and that guidance will be both personal and profound. And there may even be channels that connect you to the universal source of all creation, allowing you to access deeper levels of understanding and truth, and this is all available now during this opening. However, as you open yourself to these higher frequencies, it's absolutely critical to remember that not all energies are benevolent, and that is why discernment becomes an essential skill. This access works both ways. And with this increased access to the spiritual realm, it's absolutely crucial to develop a strong sense of spiritual discernment, because just as there are benevolent forces, there are also energies that do not have your highest good in mind, and it is important to be aware of how to recognize those and how to protect yourself. Before, you might have thought that all energies were equal, or that anything claiming to be spiritual was automatically trustworthy, but now you understand the importance of being selective about the energies you engage with, because not all energies are created equal, and some of them will try to deceive or mislead you, and it is your responsibility to be aware. These trickster energies might appear as benevolent at first, but their true intention is to manipulate or to cause confusion or to distract you from your path. They might present themselves as a voice inside your head, making claims that sound logical but don't feel quite right, or they might appear in your dreams or during a meditation, and they might feel very real and very convincing, even though their intention is not to help you grow. They might even come to you disguised as a helpful spiritual teacher and make promises that are not in alignment with your values, and you must be discerning. This is why you must trust your intuition, as your inner guidance system is always there to protect you, and it is not going to lead you astray. You must also learn to set clear boundaries, and to not be afraid to say no to any energy that does not feel right. And you can do this through consistent meditation and energy cleansing practices, which will protect your energetic field from outside influences, and you must be consistent. It's like having a strong immune system, protecting you from any pathogens, and the same holds true for your energy, and you are being called to cultivate that now. Now, let's explore the paradox of Jupiter's influence, because while it amplifies the positive, it also amplifies the challenges, and this is essential to understand, because these challenges aren't simply obstacles. They are also opportunities for rapid and profound growth. Before, you might have wished that your journey was always easy, but now you are realizing that difficulty is part of the path, and that each challenge has a gift that you can use to grow. Jupiter is not only expanding your capacity for joy and love. It's also expanding your capacity to overcome your fears and doubts, and this is a crucial aspect of this reset, because you must address the challenges in order to fully grow. You might find that your emotions are more intense than usual, and feelings of sadness, anger, or fear might be amplified, and that it feels almost overwhelming. Doubts about your abilities or your life's purpose might surface, and you might wonder if you are on the right path. This isn't the portal trying to hurt you, it's the portal showing you what needs to be addressed, because these are not new feelings, they are the feelings you have been pushing down and ignoring, and this is now your opportunity to understand them. But by engaging with those amplified feelings, you can uncover their root cause, and you can begin to release those old patterns that are no longer serving you and create space for new experiences. Jupiter's energy isn't creating these problems. It is simply magnifying what is already present, and this magnification allows for a much deeper level of understanding and transformation so that you can move on. It is like a magnifying glass. It shows you what has always been there, and then gives you a chance to understand and address it. The difficulty and the transformation are part of the same experience. You must have one to have the other, and this perceived chaos that you might be experiencing is not a sign that something has gone wrong. It is actually a process of aligning you with your true path, and this alignment isn't always neat or comfortable. It is a natural part of your journey, and you must embrace the messiness of it, because each moment is helping you move forward. Before, you might have wanted everything to be perfect, but now you are learning that growth is not a linear process, and that you must embrace the detours as they are essential for creating something new. It's like a storm. It may bring chaos and destruction, but it also clears the air and makes way for new growth. And the same holds true for the challenges you are facing now, because they are also creating space for new and more aligned experiences. You might experience a sudden setback in your career, and it might feel like everything is falling apart. But by staying open and trusting the process, you might eventually discover that this setback was actually necessary to move you into a new and more aligned profession. Or you might experience a moment of crisis in a relationship, and you might feel lost and confused, but by embracing the discomfort, you eventually come to a much deeper understanding of your own needs and desires, and then you are able to choose much more consciously. The challenges are not there to test you, they are there to redirect you and to help you realize what it is that you truly want. It is like navigating through a maze. You might get lost at times, but each turn helps you get closer to the exit, and the chaos is part of that journey. So you must embrace the messiness, the confusion, and the discomfort, as it is always a part of the path, and it is all part of your evolution. And this amplified energy that comes from Jupiter is not designed to create problems. It's designed to reveal them, and it is essential to understand this, because this is a fundamental shift in your understanding of what you are experiencing. Before, you might have believed that the universe was throwing random challenges your way, but now you are beginning to see that everything is happening for a reason, and that you are being shown what needs to be healed. And this is an important distinction, because it is not about being a victim, but rather about understanding that you are a participant in your life, and that you have the ability to heal what is being brought to light, and it's a choice that you have the power to make. You are not being punished, you are being asked to grow, and the problems that you are facing are simply opportunities for growth, and that is why they are essential. If you are struggling with feelings of unworthiness, for example, Jupiter's energy isn't creating that feeling, it's only magnifying it, and it's showing you that it's time to heal that belief. Or if you are dealing with a toxic relationship, Jupiter's energy isn't creating the toxicity, it is simply making it more obvious, and that means it is time to make a change. It is like shining a light on the darkness. It reveals what was already there, and it gives you a choice about how you respond to it. You are not being forced to do anything. You are simply being asked to be honest with yourself, and to recognize the patterns that you are ready to move through, and that is your power and your responsibility now. This reframing of challenge as an opportunity is essential because it allows you to step into your power and to be in charge of your experience. And so, you must now reinforce your understanding of personal agency during this time, because while these cosmic forces are significant, the ultimate power to navigate this reset lies within you, and it is not happening to you, but with you, and that awareness is essential now, more than ever. Before, you might have felt like you were at the mercy of the stars, or that you had no control over what you experienced, but now, you are realizing that your choices have a direct impact on your experience, and that your intention has the power to shape your reality, and it is an active choice, not a passive experience. It's like a river, the current might be strong, but you still have the ability to choose what direction you want to swim in, and the portal is like that river, giving you the option to follow the current or to chart your own path. If you choose to engage with fear, you might find that you attract more situations that trigger fear, and it will feel like everything is working against you, and this can create additional problems and setbacks. But if you choose to engage with self-compassion and to trust the process, you can navigate these challenges with much more grace and ease, and you can create a more empowered experience by directing your energy towards a positive outcome. The difference is not in the challenge itself, but in how you respond to it, and that is your power, and that is your choice. It is as if you are the writer of your own story, and you get to choose what the next chapter will look like, and what you focus on is what you create. This is how you create your reality, by using your intention. And during this time, setting clear intentions becomes more important than ever, because your intention is like a compass, guiding you through the changes that are taking place, and if your intentions are not clear, you might get lost in the currents of the portal. Before, you might have just gone along with whatever happened, but now, you are being asked to be more conscious of what you want to create, and it is as if the universe is asking you to be specific, and to make clear choices about your future, and that power is within you now. You can begin by getting clear on your core values and what you want to experience in your life, and what is aligned with your soul. Is it love? Is it growth? Is it service? What is it that you truly desire? You can then create intentions that align with those values, and this is like setting a destination for your journey. It gives you a clear direction. You can also begin a journaling practice, where you write down your intentions and explore them in more depth. And this is like refining your map, making sure that you are headed where you need to go, and that you have all of the details necessary for the journey. You can also use your journal to reflect on how your intentions are affecting your experiences and to adjust them as needed, and this is like being the captain of your own ship, making sure that you are headed in the right direction. The point is that your intention is a very powerful tool, and you must learn to use it intentionally and not randomly. This will be an ongoing practice, and you will become more aware of the impact of your choices as time goes on. And it is important to understand that personal power is not about controlling the external world, because that is not something you will ever be able to do. Personal power is about mastering your internal response, and that is the only true control that you will ever have. Before, you might have tried to control everything around you, but now you are learning to let go of that control and to instead focus on how you respond, and it is like trying to hold onto sand. The more you squeeze, the more it slips through your fingers. The only real power you have is the power of your choices and how you react, not what happens around you. It's like being the captain of a ship. You cannot control the weather or the waves, but you can control how you respond to it, and you can steer the ship through the storm, and it is your choices that will determine the outcome. You have the power to choose how you will respond to any challenge that comes your way, and that is the ultimate source of your personal power, and you are being asked to recognize and use that now. If you choose to respond with fear or with anger, you might find that you are creating more challenges for yourself. But if you choose to respond with compassion and with resilience, you will find that you can navigate any situation with grace and with ease, and this is how you learn to master your inner world. The external chaos is not the problem. It is the way you respond that determines your experience. And so, let us now create a practical framework for you to navigate the different phases of this reset, because each phase is like a different season, and you must understand the unique energy of each one, and to use this as a way to navigate your path, because this will allow you to create real changes instead of feeling like it's out of your control. Before, you might have felt like you were being thrown around by the waves, but now you are being equipped with the tools to navigate the journey with much more clarity and intention. As you move through the emotional phase, for example, you must focus on acknowledging and releasing your emotions without judgment, and this is a process of self-compassion and allowing all feelings to come up. You can use tools like journaling or emotional release techniques that will allow you to process your feelings safely. During the physical phase, you must focus on grounding your energy and connecting with your body, and you can do this with simple exercises like yoga or walking in nature or simply paying attention to the sensations in your body. And this will help you integrate the energies that are moving through you. As you move into the spiritual phase, you must focus on connecting with your intuition and practicing meditation, because this will allow you to hear the messages from the universe and to be guided on your path. And in the relational phase, you must focus on setting clear boundaries and choosing the relationships that support your growth and that are in alignment with your higher self. And that is how you bring all of this together. It is like having a tool kit for each season of your journey, and by using them appropriately, you will navigate your way to where you need to go, and your path will become clearer as you use them. This is all about taking an active role in your own evolution instead of a passive one. And in order to navigate all of this, you must learn to maintain a strong energetic field, because this will protect you from the outside influences that can be challenging, especially during this time of the thinning of the veil. And this is similar to maintaining a healthy immune system, but for your energetic body, and that is why it is so essential. Before, you might have absorbed all sorts of energies without being aware of it, but now you are learning to create a shield that protects you from anything that is not aligned with your higher good, and that is a crucial skill to develop. You can start with learning how to cleanse your energy through practices like smudging with sage, or using salt baths, or visualizing a golden light surrounding you, and this clears out all of the energetic debris that you might have picked up, and it is important to create a consistent routine. You can also learn how to create a protection field by visualizing a bubble of white light around you, and this acts as a barrier that deflects any negative energies. You must also learn to recognize when your energetic field has been compromised, and this can be through feeling drained or overwhelmed or simply noticing a sudden shift in your mood. And when this happens, you must take action to restore your field. And remember, you must create this protection from the inside out, because you are not a victim to outside energies. You are in charge of what you allow into your space. This is all about creating your own energetic safety, and this will become a consistent part of your life, and as you use it, it becomes easier and more accessible. This isn't a one-time fix, it is an ongoing commitment. And as you continue on this path, you must reinforce the importance of regular spiritual practices like meditation and mindfulness, because these are not just tools for the portal, these are essential tools for your entire life and for your ongoing journey of transformation, and they allow you to connect to your inner world, and to become more aware of what is happening inside of you. Before, you might have thought that these practices were just an idea, but now you are realizing that they are essential for creating a balanced and peaceful life, and that they are essential for connecting to the spiritual realm, and they will also serve you long after the portal has closed. Meditation is a tool that will allow you to quiet your mind and to connect with your higher self, and it is a way to receive guidance from the universe, and it is not a passive experience, it is an active listening. Mindfulness is a tool that allows you to be present in the moment and to appreciate the beauty all around you and to truly understand your emotions and your reactions, and this will help you notice when something is off and how you can respond in a way that serves you. These are not just practices. These are ways of being, and as you incorporate them into your daily life, you will strengthen your intuition, and you will create an even stronger connection to the spiritual realm, and you will understand how to use your power and your choices. The more you practice, the stronger you become. And so let's envision the transformation that awaits you, because as you actively engage with the reset, and as you use the tools you have been given, you will feel a tangible shift in your awareness, your empowerment, and your connection to the spiritual realm, because this isn't just a promise. It is a real possibility that is unfolding within you right now. Before, you might have felt lost and confused or disconnected, but now you will begin to feel empowered and connected and filled with clarity, and it will feel as if you have finally come home to yourself and to your purpose. You might find that your emotions are more stable and that you are able to navigate your challenges with more resilience and more peace. You might find that your relationships are more authentic and that you are surrounded by people who support your journey. You might find that your connection to your intuition is stronger and that you are able to hear the guidance from the universe more clearly, and all of these are tangible changes that you will experience by engaging with the process. It's like moving from a black and white movie to a full color experience, because now your senses are much more alive and much more real, and you can see, feel, hear all of the beauty that is available to you. This is not a far-off dream. It is a tangible possibility that you have the power to create by engaging with the lessons of this portal. This is the real you coming into full bloom, and you must claim it now. And it's essential that you see this portal as an invitation, not an end point, but as an invitation to embark on a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and spiritual expansion, and the lessons that you have been learning are not just for this moment, they are to be integrated into your daily life, and to guide you as you move forward, because there will always be more to learn and more to explore. Before, you might have thought that this would end at some point, but now you understand that there is always a new level of awareness to access, and that the journey itself is the reward, and each step will bring you a new understanding. It is like climbing a staircase that never ends. There are always new depths to be discovered and new heights to be reached, and each step along the way is a gift. You will continue to refine your intentions, and you will continue to expand your awareness, and you will continue to connect with others on a similar path, and all of these things will enhance your journey. You will find new teachers, new guides, and new communities, and you will find that the universe is always there to support you and to encourage you to keep exploring. It's like entering a room that has many doors, and each one will lead to a new experience, and that is what the journey is all about, the joy of the continuous discovery. You will never run out of new things to explore. And as you move through the rest of your day and continue on this path, it is essential to remember that you are deeply supported, you are always guided, and you are always loved, and you are an integral part of this energetic shift, and you are not alone on this journey. The universe believes in you, and you have everything you need within you, and it is essential that you never forget that power and that you always trust your own journey. Before, you might have felt unsure of yourself, but now you can stand tall in your power, knowing that you are connected to something much larger than yourself, and you can trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. You are the co-creator of your own reality, and you have the ability to shape your life with intention and purpose, and now is the time to step into that awareness and that power. You are not just a passenger, you are the pilot of your own life, and the universe is cheering you on at every single step of the way. And as we now approach the end of this section, know that you are supported, you are held, and you are loved, and I look forward to the next steps on this journey together. Now, let's shift our focus from your personal journey to something much larger, something that is affecting all of humanity, because this sacred portal isn't just about you. It's about all of us, and this energy is rippling across the entire planet. This isn't just an individual experience, it's a collective one, and Jupiter's shift is acting as a catalyst for global transformation, and it's essential to understand how you are part of something so much larger than yourself. This portal is now a channel for a shared experience, and it's changing the very fabric of our global consciousness. Have you felt the shift in the air? Have you noticed the increase in collective energy? This isn't random. It's all part of this larger unfolding, and you are now being invited to witness and to participate in the grand scale of this transformation. This portal is acting like a global heart, and each beat is pulsing with new energy, and this energy isn't just a feeling. It is a very real force that is moving through us all, creating a shared experience of awakening, and you must understand how deeply this is impacting every single person. And this shared experience also means that the changes you are making are not just for you. They are contributing to the healing of the world, and that understanding is now becoming essential. And as we explore this collective shift, you must begin to understand that the cycles of reset, emotional, physical, spiritual, and relational changes that you are experiencing are also playing out on a global scale. Because these aren't just individual experiences, they are also present in our communities and across the planet. The emotional purges you are navigating might be contributing to a wave of social change, and the personal shifts you are experiencing are echoing outwards to the entire collective, and it is important to understand this connection. Are you noticing how people are beginning to express their emotions more openly? Are you seeing how long-standing social patterns are being challenged? These are all part of the emotional reset happening on a global level, and it is impacting everyone at the same time. And the physical shifts that you may be experiencing, like changes in your sleep and energy levels, may also be translating into a growing awareness of our planet's needs, an increased attention to environmental concerns, and a global call to action to protect the Earth. And the spiritual shifts, the heightened intuition, and the connection to a higher purpose are also creating a shift in our collective beliefs, pushing us to embrace a much more inclusive and holistic view of the world, and that is being amplified more and more. And as you see relationships shift in your own life, you may also see how entire communities are being called to rethink how they interact and connect with one another, and how the traditional ways of interacting no longer work. These cycles aren't limited to the individual, and they are rippling through every aspect of our collective experience, and it is essential to recognize your role in this process. And so, the question becomes, are you paying attention to the larger picture? Are you seeing how your experiences are part of something so much greater than yourself? And now you must understand the power of your actions and intentions during this time, because each choice you make, each thought you hold, is not just an individual act. It's creating an energetic ripple that affects the entire planet, and this portal is amplifying those ripples, for better or worse. Before, you might not have realized the profound impact of your thoughts and actions, but now, you are being asked to take full responsibility for the energetic imprints that you are leaving, and that this is an enormous responsibility, but also a great power. Are you using your power to uplift or to diminish? Are you creating light, or are you creating darkness? This is not just about you, it is about the entire collective experience and how you are contributing to it. This is like a collective ocean, and every single action is a drop, and that drop will either contribute to the clarity or the murkiness of the water, and you must choose with intention which type of drop you are creating. If you choose to act out of fear, anger, or negativity, you create a ripple of that energy, and it contributes to the collective unease. But if you act from love, compassion, and positive intention, you are creating a ripple of those energies, and you are helping to raise the collective vibration, and that is your choice to make. And this is all tied to personal responsibility, but it's now on a collective scale, and it's essential that you are aware of the profound impact of your choices, because now, more than ever, every single choice matters. So, ask yourself this: what kind of ripples are you creating? What kind of world are you helping to build? And now we must also discuss the concept of time compression, because during this sacred portal, it is essential that you understand how time itself is behaving, and that the impact of your choices is greatly accelerated, and the intentions you set and the actions you take have a much more profound and immediate effect. Before, you might have felt like you had all the time in the world to make changes, but now you must realize that the timelines have sped up, and that the choices you make now are shaping the future at an accelerated rate, and this can feel both exciting and intense. It's as if the universe has fast-forwarded the clock, and your choices are unfolding in real time, and that is why this moment is so powerful. This compression of time means that the energies are more concentrated, and it is amplifying the effects of everything that you are thinking, feeling, and doing, and this is why you must be so intentional about what you are creating. The old paradigms of long-term planning may no longer apply, and you must learn to adapt to a much more fluid and responsive way of being, and this will allow you to navigate this moment with more clarity. You are not just shaping your personal future, you are also shaping the future of the planet with each decision you make, and that makes this moment absolutely crucial and requires your full attention. So the question becomes, how are you using this accelerated time? What are you creating with this amplified power? And this also means that this reset is not only personal. It is also a pivotal moment for the Earth's overall trajectory, and the choices you are making now will have an impact for many years to come. And it is absolutely crucial that you understand the weight and the importance of this moment, and that you choose wisely for the benefit of all. This is not just about personal transformation, it's about the future of our planet, and your individual choices are contributing to the larger changes, whether you realize it or not. It's like being at a turning point in history. The choices that we make now, as individuals and as a collective, will set the course for the future, and what you do now will shape the experiences that come later. The old ways of being are no longer sustainable, and you are being called to step into a new consciousness, one that is grounded in love, compassion, and unity, and that is a massive responsibility, but also a tremendous opportunity. Are you choosing fear or love? Are you choosing separation or unity? These are the questions you must ask yourself, because these choices are setting the stage for the future, and you must be aware of the power that you hold. This isn't just a matter of hope or intention, it is a call to action, and you are being asked to show up for this moment with your full intention. So, how will you choose to influence the direction of this shift? What kind of future will you help to create? And you must also be aware that any resistance you may feel towards these changes will intensify your experience, creating more challenges, and that the more you try to hold on to the old ways of being, the more difficult your path will become. And it is absolutely crucial that you learn to align with the natural energetic flow, instead of fighting against it. This is not just about what is happening for you personally, it's about the collective experience as well, because the more people that resist these changes, the more turmoil we will experience, so you must understand that this is a shared responsibility. It is like trying to swim upstream. The more you fight the current, the more exhausted you will become, and the less progress you will make, and that is why you must begin to flow with the changes instead of fighting against them. Resistance can manifest as inner turmoil, as fear, as confusion, or as an increase in negative energy, and this not only affects you personally, it contributes to the collective unease, and that is why it is so important to release any resistance you may feel. Alignment with the energetic flow is essential for a more harmonious transformation, for yourself and for all of humanity, and that is what you must strive to create. And you might notice that the more you resist, the more intense the pressure becomes, and this isn't a punishment. It is simply the universe guiding you towards what is meant for you, and it is up to you to choose ease or hardship. So ask yourself this: where are you holding on? Where are you resisting the changes? Are you ready to let go and flow? And now let us connect back to the trickster energies, because these are very real, and they are also aware of this portal's power, and they are attempting to use this shift for their own purposes, and it is now more important than ever that you are aware of their presence and to choose with discernment. This is no longer an individual challenge. This is a collective one, and we all must be vigilant to protect the overall field. Before, you might have believed that all energies are aligned with the good, but now you know that there are forces that are attempting to manipulate and exploit, and this is a crucial understanding to hold. These forces may try to sow discord, fear, or confusion, and they might try to divide us from each other, so that we are weaker and more easily manipulated, and you must be aware of these subtle tactics. Are you noticing the increase in fear-based media? Are you witnessing division amongst communities? These are all examples of how these forces are attempting to disrupt the transformation, and you must hold to your light to counteract these influences. These forces understand the potential of this moment, and they are working to undermine it, so that we do not fully realize our own potential, and we all must learn how to recognize and protect ourselves from them. This is not just about personal protection. It is about protecting the collective energy field, and every one of you plays a part in this. So, the question becomes, how will you protect the collective during this time? How will you recognize the attempts to divide us? And let's expand on our previous understanding of the thinning veil, because this isn't just happening in our physical world, it's also happening across other dimensions, creating a pathway for communication with beings of all types, both benevolent and malevolent. And this is something that you must be aware of as well, because this is not just a terrestrial shift, it's a universal one. Before, you might have felt disconnected from the other realms, but now, you must understand that the veil is thinning, and the other dimensions are becoming more accessible, and that means that not only are you more accessible to them, they are more accessible to you, and it is essential to be aware of the energetic boundaries you have. Other beings may be attempting to communicate or even influence this shift, and they may have their own agendas, and you must be discerning about who and what you engage with. Some of these beings are aligned with the light, and they are here to assist humanity on its path, but others are not, and they are attempting to use our energy for their own purposes. You must remember that your choices on Earth have a ripple effect throughout all of the realms, and that you are part of a much larger energetic system, and every single choice matters. So, ask yourself this: what kind of energetic connections are you allowing into your life? Are you setting clear boundaries? Are you choosing your interactions wisely? And during this time, you must maintain a strong connection to the light, because it is a powerful shield against negative influences, and it will help to protect not just yourself, but the collective energy field, and that is why this is so crucial. Before, you might have thought that light was just an abstract concept, but now, you know that it is a very real and very powerful force, and it is essential to maintain your connection to it. Maintaining a focus on love, compassion, and positive intention is the best way to do this, as these are powerful energies that create a force field and also raise the collective vibration, and this is essential for the transformation that is happening now. You can do this through meditation, through prayer, and through acts of kindness, because when you are focused on positive intention, you help to fortify the collective energy field, and this protects us all from any of the darker forces that are trying to take advantage. This isn't about being naive. It is about being empowered, because the light is always stronger than the darkness, and you are being called to choose the light now in every single way, and it is your power to wield. And you must know that even when you're going through a difficult time, that even your most challenging moments can become an offering of light if you choose it to be. So ask yourself this: how will you continue to hold on to the light? How will you use your energy to protect the collective? Now let's explore how these signs and synchronicities are also occurring on a collective scale, because they are not always just personal messages. They are often showing up in large world events and shifts in thinking, and that is how the universe speaks to the collective, and you must understand how to listen to these signals. Before, you might have only been focused on the personal messages, but now you must be aware that these synchronicities are also showing up in the larger context, as a way to help the collective make these important shifts. Are you noticing multiple people experiencing the same synchronicity? Are you hearing the same message over and over? These are all signals that the universe is trying to communicate, and these collective signs are often designed to push us toward a better future. These large-scale world events can also be seen as a type of synchronicity, showing that the patterns are now global and all interconnected, and this means that you are not alone in the feelings and experiences you are having. This isn't random chaos. It's a coordinated message that is moving us in a new direction, and you must be aware of the bigger picture to recognize what is truly happening. So, ask yourself this: what are the collective signs you are noticing? How are these synchronicities leading us toward a new future? And these spiritual guides that we spoke about earlier are now also reaching out on a global scale, using collective messages, and these messages can come through art, through music, through nature, through social movements, and all of these are designed to awaken those who are ready to listen, and you must be open to these messages in the world around you. Before, you might have only been focused on individual messages from your guides, but now you must understand how they are also speaking to the collective and using various methods to wake us up. Have you been noticing a particular piece of art that has moved you deeply? Have you been touched by a song that has given you profound insight? Are you seeing how nature itself is shifting? All of these things are ways that the universe is attempting to wake us up and to show us the path to a unified future. These collective messages can help to shift the consciousness of the entire world, and they can help to show us how to come together in a much more loving way, and that is the point of it all. The guidance from the spiritual realm is available to all of us if we only choose to be open to it, and it's all around you if you only look. So, what are the collective messages you are hearing? How are they guiding us toward unity? And these synchronicities and messages, they aren't random. They are part of a larger collective narrative that is designed to move us all towards a better future. And you must now begin to see how all of these pieces fit together, because this is not a passive experience, it is a conscious movement toward evolution. This collective narrative is like a cosmic compass, and it's guiding us towards more harmony, more unity, and more love, and you must see yourself as an essential part of that process. Before, you might have seen the world as a chaotic place, but now you are realizing that there is an underlying order to all things, and that the universe is always working for our highest good, even when it may not appear that way. This collective narrative isn't just a story, it's a call to action, and it's an invitation to create a world where peace and love prevail. You have a role to play, a purpose to fulfill, and that is why you must step into your power. The accelerated time frame we spoke of, that amplifies the intention, now moves towards a collective intention, and you must use your own to move that needle. So, ask yourself, how will you contribute to this collective narrative? How will you help to create the future that you know is possible? And now it's essential to understand how your personal transformation is also an essential part of the collective journey, because you are not separate from this shift. You are an essential piece of it, and the work you are doing on yourself is also benefiting the entire planet, and that is why it is not a selfish act. It is an act of service. Before, you might have believed that your personal journey was solely about you, but now you realize that it's also part of the larger collective experience, and it is contributing to the overall healing and evolution of all of humanity, and all of the planet. This is like a mosaic, where each person is a unique and irreplaceable piece, and each of those pieces is essential for creating the final picture, and that is what you are. You are not just helping yourself, you are also helping everyone else, and that is why this journey is so meaningful. As you heal your wounds, as you release your fears, and as you align with your true purpose, you are also creating an energetic field of healing that extends outwards and influences everyone around you, and that impact is immeasurable. And that is why you must continue your own healing process so that you can help others to heal as well, and we must all do this together. So how will you integrate your personal journey with the collective transformation? How will you use your growth to benefit all? And the tools you have been learning, the meditation, the intention, the energetic hygiene, these are not just tools for your personal growth. They are also tools for the benefit of the collective, and that is why you must begin to use them in that way and recognize that they have an amplified effect when you direct them towards the highest good for all. Before, you might have only used these practices for yourself, but now you are being asked to expand their reach, and that is what true service is about. Your meditation can be used to send positive energy to the world and to create a feeling of peace and of love that will extend to all living beings. Your intentions can be used to create a vision for a more harmonious and unified future, and that can ripple out and create real, tangible changes. And your energetic hygiene practices can be used to protect not only yourself, but others, and that is the power that you hold. You are a powerful force for good, and you must learn to use these tools for the benefit of all. These are not just personal tools anymore, they are collective tools, and as you use them, they become even more powerful. So ask yourself this: how will you use your tools to benefit the collective? How will you become a conduit for the positive change? And now, it is essential to maintain your awareness of subtle energies, because these are not just for individual guidance. They are also essential for understanding the needs of the collective, because the universe is constantly speaking to us if we are only willing to listen, and these energies will show you how to move forward. Before, you might have only used your awareness for yourself, but now you must understand that you are also a conduit for the larger world, and that this awareness will help you in all of your future actions. This awareness will also give you the understanding to recognize when there are collective imbalances, and it will give you the ability to respond in a way that is for the highest good of all, and that is the power that you hold. The ability to perceive these subtle energies is like a language, the language of the universe, and you must learn to listen to what it is saying, so that you may act in accordance with its rhythms, and this will allow you to be more effective in your personal journey and also in your service to others. These subtle energies can guide you to understand where the collective is in need of healing and how you can contribute to creating a more balanced future, and that awareness is essential now. So, ask yourself this: how will you use your awareness to understand the needs of the collective? How will you become more fluent in the language of the universe? And as we move forward, you must remember that this sacred portal is not an end point. It's just the beginning, because this is a continuing journey of exploration and discovery, both personally and collectively, and it is an exciting and powerful moment to be alive. Before, you might have believed that this journey would end at some point, but now you realize that this is a continuous process, a never-ending evolution of consciousness, and that is the beauty of it all. You will continue to refine your intentions, and you will continue to expand your awareness, and you will continue to connect with others on a similar path, and that is the joy of this. There is no arrival point. There is only the journey, and you are being asked to embrace the journey and all of the changes along the way. So you must continue your spiritual practices, continue to connect with your communities, and continue to remain open to all of the ongoing shifts, because this is not an ending, it is a new beginning and a new cycle that is unfolding right now. So ask yourself this: how will you continue to explore the depths of your own consciousness? How will you continue to contribute to the collective journey? And as we approach the end of this section, you must know that you are empowered, you have the tools and the knowledge you need, and that you are not alone, because you are surrounded by a community of people who are all moving through these same changes, and we are all in this together. Before you might have felt lost, or confused, or even scared, but now you can stand tall in your power, knowing that you have everything that you need within you, and that you have the ability to create a life that is filled with joy, with love, and with purpose, and that power belongs to you. You are capable of navigating any challenge that arises, and you are also capable of being of service to the larger community, and this is an amazing and beautiful gift, and you must use it. The universe believes in you, and you must believe in yourself, and that is the core of all that we have been speaking about today. So now you must step into your power, you must embrace your journey, and you must be of service to the collective, and that begins now. And so I want to take this moment to acknowledge each and every one of you, because you are not just viewers, you are the embodiment of this collective shift, and the work you are doing is helping to uplift not only yourself, but also the entire planet, and I am so grateful for your presence, for your commitment, and for your openness, and it is an honor to be on this journey with you. You are a part of a larger movement, you are connected to the universe, and you are loved, and together we can create a better future, and that is our mission. And as we transition into the next section, let me remind you that the universe is calling you to act, and that now is the time to step into your power, because you have all that you need within you, and you are not alone, and that is the message that you must hold close until next time. And now, as we reach this culmination, it's essential to bring our understanding full circle, to solidify your experience of this sacred portal, and to fully connect it with the shift that Jupiter has initiated, because this wasn't a random occurrence. It was a carefully orchestrated event that was designed to open you to a new level of potential. The astrological details of Jupiter's shift, the thinning of the veil, the specific energetic alignments, all of these elements converged to create a unique opportunity for transformation, and they have now brought forth the opening of the portal. Think back to the various portals that we explored, the emotional, the physical, the spiritual, and the relational, and how they each manifested in your experience, bringing forth intense shifts, both internally and externally. Have you noticed how past wounds are now surfacing to be healed? Have you felt the surges of energy shifting through your body and changing how you connect to the world? Have you experienced new levels of intuition and a clearer connection to your guides? Have you seen how old relationships are now shifting to reflect your current growth? These weren't random occurrences. They were all a part of this sacred portal, activated by Jupiter's shift, and it was all designed to elevate your awareness. All of these separate parts now converge into one unified experience. And this experience has brought forth a powerful reset, one that has been designed to dismantle your old patterns, to align you with your true desires, and to help you reclaim your personal power, because it's time to fully embrace who you are truly meant to be. You've been asked to release old beliefs that have kept you bound to an outdated reality, and to allow yourself to step into your true desires and the life that you have been longing for. You are now asked to reclaim your personal power, to own your choices, and to step into the next phase of your journey with courage and with grace. This shift has also pushed you to embrace your higher purpose, to align your actions with your true values, and to begin to move through the world from a deeper level of awareness, as well as to embrace your shadow self, to integrate those parts of yourself that you have previously hidden away in order to become fully whole. Perhaps you have seen how you've released patterns that were holding you back, and how you've connected to aspirations that resonate with your soul. Maybe you have felt yourself step into a new level of personal strength, where you make choices based on truth, not fear. Have you embraced the aspects of yourself you once tried to bury? All of these are signs of this major spiritual reset, and they are now converging to bring you to a new level of understanding and personal awareness. The before and after is clear. Your old self is now being shed for a newer, more empowered version to emerge. And now it is important to also remember the challenges that you may have experienced during this time, as they were not just obstacles, they were catalysts that allowed you to transform into a newer, more authentic version of yourself. Because this is part of the transformation paradox, that the initial discomfort is always necessary for the deeper growth and understanding that is to come. It's like a seed that must break through the hard soil in order to grow into a beautiful, strong plant, because it is the struggle that gives it strength, and it is through that initial challenge that it is able to reach its potential. Think back to those moments when you felt the most resistance, when the changes felt most overwhelming, and know that those moments were actually key to your growth and were necessary for where you are going. The difficulties you've faced have forged you into who you are now becoming, and you must now see them as gifts, and you must recognize how they were all necessary for your expansion. So now you must integrate those challenges into your understanding. You must honor the initial discomfort, knowing it is a necessary part of the process, because without that initial push, there could be no deeper understanding, and there could be no lasting growth. And it is essential to now understand that this sacred portal isn't just an individual event. It's a collective experience, and your personal transformation is contributing to the overall healing of humanity and all of the planet, and that you are an essential part of a much larger global shift that is impacting all of us at the same time. Each and every one of us is contributing to a larger energetic field, and that field is shifting as we all move towards a new era, and you must see the impact that your personal growth is having on the world around you, as you are a part of this collective experience. And your choices are not just affecting your own path, they are shaping the direction of the world, and every shift you make has a ripple effect that moves outward into the collective consciousness. When you choose to embrace love, compassion, and understanding, you're not just changing your personal experience. You are contributing to a future that is more harmonious and more unified for us all. And in contrast, when you choose fear, anger, or separation, that too creates a ripple, contributing to the collective unease, and that means that your personal growth is no longer just a personal journey. It is now a service to the planet. Remember that the choices you are making are influencing the world at large, and you must now understand this interconnectedness, and that you are a force for change in a much larger way. And now you must fully embrace your personal responsibility in this process, because it is your choices that will determine your experience of this shift, and it is your actions that will shape the world that we are all creating together, and you are not a passive observer. You are an active participant in this transformation. The universe is offering you an opportunity, a portal, a path, but it is your personal choices that determine how that unfolds, and it is up to you to decide what you want to create. You can choose to engage with this portal from a place of fear, allowing the external energies to control you, or you can choose to engage from a place of intention, using your own power to navigate your path, and this makes all of the difference. You have the ability to shape your experience by choosing to focus on positive outcomes, by aligning yourself with your intuition, and by setting clear intentions for your future, and you must choose wisely, with intention and with awareness. By choosing to step into your power, you're not just claiming your personal authority, you are contributing to a collective experience of empowerment, and you are building a world that is far more loving and far more unified. This is your time, you are in control, and you are powerful, and you must embrace this. And now you must understand that this reset isn't a one-time event. It is an ongoing process of self-discovery, and that you must continue to engage with this work, even after the portal closes, because this is not a destination, it is a journey, and the tools that you have been learning are now a part of your everyday life, and are essential to your ongoing growth and expansion. You must not see this portal as a marker, but as a starting point, the beginning of a much longer journey, and that the practices of meditation, journaling, intention setting, and connection to your intuition are no longer just something you do from time to time. They are now practices for every day that allow you to navigate all of life's experiences with more clarity, with more purpose, and with more grace. The cycles of reset will continue to unfold as you move forward, and you must now use those cycles as a guide, because transformation is not a linear path, it is a spiral of growth, and you must now embrace this ongoing process. So see the portal not as an ending, but as a beginning, and continue to use your tools to create a life that is aligned with your soul and your highest purpose. You must now embrace the ongoing nature of this process, knowing that the journey is just as important as the destination, and you must never stop exploring. And now, as we bring together the main themes of this video, let us review those patterns that we have been exploring throughout our time together. Because by understanding how these all connect, we can now create a complete picture of your transformation, beginning with the before and after pattern, and looking back to how you felt when you first began watching, versus how you feel in this moment. So that you can see how much you have already shifted. Are you noticing how much has changed? Are you recognizing the strength you have gained? Now also integrate the signs and synchronicities pattern into this, because as you move through your day, you must continue to look for these messages that the universe is sending and use those messages as a guide and allow those to direct you on your path. And let us also return to the cycles of reset pattern and how those have been unfolding in your life, allowing you to experience a true and profound shift, because they are all connected and all are essential for your growth. The initial feelings of overwhelm have now moved towards understanding, and the confusion that you felt has now moved toward a deeper level of clarity, and you are now a new version of yourself. All of these patterns work together, they all tell a part of your story, and they are now complete and working together in harmony. And now let's address those main questions, those core curiosities that we explored together during our time, because it's important that all of those are now resolved in a way that leaves you with a solid understanding and a feeling of completion, beginning with the understanding of this sacred portal, which is not just a metaphor. It is a real and powerful energetic gateway that has allowed you to connect more deeply to your own power, to your own truth, and to the very fabric of the universe, and that it has been activated by specific astrological events that we have explored together. And then we also discussed Jupiter's shift, which was not just a random event in the sky, but a catalyst that has been designed to create expansion and growth, and to invite you into a deeper level of spiritual understanding, and that this shift has had tangible effects on your experiences. And then finally, we explored how to use all of this to positively transform your life, by using your intention, by embracing your awareness, and by choosing to take full responsibility for your choices. And it is through those choices that you will become the best version of yourself. And by resolving these core questions, it is now clear that you have a solid path forward and a firm understanding of how to take it. And as we move towards our conclusion, let me remind you that you have everything you need within you to navigate any challenges, to create the life you desire, and to step into your highest potential, and that you are not alone, because you are supported by the universe, you are guided by the light, and you are part of a loving community that is here to uplift you. As we move through these changes together. And that is the power of it all, that you are never alone in your experiences, and that there is a larger force that is always with you, and you must trust that. You have the strength to overcome, you have the wisdom to understand, and you have the love to move forward with courage and with grace, and you must never forget this. So let that knowledge fill you with calm, let that knowledge inspire you to action, and let that knowledge remind you of the incredible power that resides within you, because you are magnificent, you are capable, and you are supported, and that is the truth. Let go of any tension you may be holding on to, you are safe, you are loved, and you are exactly where you need to be. And now, as we reach the end of this journey, I want to also open the doorway to further exploration, by highlighting that this portal isn't the only one you will encounter, because the universe is constantly creating new opportunities for growth and for evolution, and you must remain open and ready for what is to come and not become complacent. As you move along your path, you will continue to be presented with new challenges, new mysteries, and new possibilities, and you must approach them with curiosity, with courage, and with grace, because this journey never truly ends. There are always new layers to uncover, and there are always new levels of understanding to achieve, and you must continue to step into these with your full attention. And that is the beauty of this path, that there is always more to learn, there is always more to experience, and there is always more to discover, both within and without, and you must move toward that. And remember, the universe is always expanding, and it is always calling you to grow, so never settle, never become stagnant, and always keep moving forward. So, how will you continue to explore the mysteries that lie ahead? What new possibilities are waiting for you on the horizon? And now, you must also consider the broader impact of this collective shift, because the changes that we are experiencing now are not limited to just this moment. They are setting the stage for a much larger transformation of our world, and that is why it is so essential to understand this in full, and to step into the future, ready to contribute. We may see shifts in our social structures, we may see new ways of thinking, and we may see the emergence of a much more harmonious future, and all of you are playing a role in bringing this vision to life, and that is your power, and that is your responsibility. The choices that we are making now are creating the foundations for a world that is grounded in love, in compassion, and in unity, and this is only the beginning. This is not just a hope or a dream. It is a very real possibility that we are all creating together, and every single action is a step forward. The collective shift has the power to redefine our reality and to help us build a more sustainable and loving planet, and that is the power that we all hold, and we must wield it with grace. So, what kind of world will we create together? How will we bring about a future that we all deserve? And now, as we reach the end of our time together, I want to extend a final invitation to you all, because your journey continues, and your transformation is still unfolding, and I invite you to share your experiences, your insights, and your synchronicities in the comments below, so that we may all learn and grow together, and continue to build this beautiful community. Your participation helps to amplify the collective energy field, and also to inspire others who are moving through the same changes, and this is a very powerful way that we can move forward together. And also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel so that we may continue this journey together, because this is just the beginning of a beautiful path, and I am so excited to continue to explore with you. You are powerful, you are supported, and you are loved, and I am so grateful that we have been able to explore this together and that you have made it this far. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.